contender Michigan, who Caesar will bet money line to beat Georgia, winning if they do play in the college football playoff. All right, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time kicks. We start with the big one. You and I are in agreement here. It's a bet that I've got. Oregon, let's do it. I believe in the Ducks. I think the ultimate deciding factor for me in this game was their defense. I do think that they are better defensively. I think that stretches out to a sample size of last year. And I think that when you look at this matchup, to say that these two teams on a neutral are even, I would disagree with. So give me the 3. Give me a small play on the Oregon money line. Ducks go in and get a win.
I agree with the Oregon play. Taking the plus, I'm less inclined to want to back the money line just because I'm a conservative bettor. This is a ground game for me. If Bo Nix does not perform on the road, like his splits indicate that he could have potential problems with, they do have a running game, a very solid running offense with Jordan James, Bucky Irving, and Noah Whittington, all top 3 in yards per rush attempt in the country.
I think this total move too correlates to where the market's been going because this opened. We saw this open at 2 here at Circle, and you and was Jared with you on Sunday, right?
Jared,
yeah, you and Jared Smith were on. And opened up 2 here and then immediately went up to this 3-point mark. So moving in Washington's favor, not surprising that then the over is moving as well. But I think that if I'm right and Oregon winning this game, covering, this actually more correlates to an under. So that's my thoughts of the total. And again, don't want to speak for you, but I think you agree with that.
Quarterback Talia Tagovailoa, one of the better quarterbacks, going up against a very terrible Illini suspect defense. They're bottom 20 against the pass. They should absolutely shred them apart.
I don't know why I give you like the choir, I agree. There's like thought process. All right, now. Well, okay, you made the noise, so I'll let you expand on the noise. Texas A&M, Tennessee, currently 3 with a total of 54.5. I think you're more upset because you watched Alabama scuffle with Arkansas and thought that maybe Texas A&M should have won that game against Alabama last week. Nope, they shouldn't have. Alabama's way better. The story here, I think, is a couple of things, but really it's the total. On Sunday, this opened up at 58.5. The total got down to as low as the current number of 54.5 and/or 54, depending on where you shop. That is the big move here, but Tennessee is a 3-point favorite.
I would lean to the Tennessee side, and this has nothing to do with...
You say you sure?
I would lean to the Tennessee side because this is the Tennessee pass rush against Max Johnson. Last week, 5 sacks, 1 interception against Alabama. This is now... that was a better quarterback they faced in Tennessee. South Carolina put a world of hurt onto quarterback Spencer Rattler. 6 total sacks, 1 interception. The same can happen here with Johnson, who is... I had more belief in him last week. All that belief is now out the window. Johnson looked absolutely lost against Alabama. Throwing go balls, YOLO. He was just living the life of I don't know what to do. I'm just going to chunk it and hope to God that somebody's downfield to catch it. Nobody was downfield. This was a very terrible passing offense. Get to Johnson, then you stop that offense because the Aggies have no run game to assist outside top 50 for yards per carry. The Aggies, this is only their second true road game in 7 games, including today.
It's a busy 12:30 p.m. window for you. Because Wake Forest is also at 12:30.
Oh, is that also?
I believe that is the case, unless I'm misreading my screen. Nope, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech. Walk us through this process here. 1.5, the current number, total of 48.5.
Wake Forest have a really good running offense, top 15 in rushing yards prior to playing Clemson, and still, even despite facing one of the better defenses, still top 25 in that regard. Running backs DeMond Claiborne and Justin Ellison, they can absolutely have a great game today against the Hokies defense, who are 5th worst in defending the run, giving up 145 plus to a single running back on 3 separate occasions, including Florida State running back in Trey Benson. This is huge mismatch for the run game.
All right, I like it. I can't wait to watch it. The 12:30 window is going to be good. We also have a lot of tight and competitive numbers and spreads. Speaking of one, Florida, South Carolina. This thing opened up 1 on Sunday in favor of South Carolina, got up to 2.5, but we are down to pick now with a total in the range of 50, which is interesting because the totals actually had a really odd journey. Opened up 48.5, got as high as 54.5, all on Sunday, and eventually made its way back down to about that 50 range where we are right now. Injury report for this, it's of note for Florida coming into this game. The return of 3 starters. Trevor Etienne is going to be back. Offensive tackle Austin Barber, safety Miguel Mitchell, all back after missing some time. Now, they will be missing their center, so that's going to be something for the 5th game this season. But it's part of the health of the Florida Gators becoming a little bit better is part of the reason why you've seen this go from 2 to 1 to pick.
I like, despite the line movement, I would still be inclined to back South Carolina on the money line now that you are getting a pick. Does Florida apply any type of quarterback pressure? The answer is no. They're bottom 15 for total pressures and sack percentage, according to PFF, bottom 15 in that pass rush. Spencer Rattler, if he is upright, he is a very good quarterback. 90% completion in 2 games this season. Even pressured, Spencer Rattler has still been really good. Top 25 in completion percentage, just 2 thrown interceptions, really good ball protection there, despite all of the sacks that are going against him. I trust that he is excellent on the move. He can make those passes on the run. He makes throws that most are kind of incapable of. And now you're going up against a defense that's not going to apply any type of havoc to you. I like South Carolina in this.
Caesar's future national champion, Penn State, is laying 39 at the Open against UMass, up to 42. No real analysis here. They're massive favorites. They're going to come in and win this game. The question is, will they cover a massive number? But as I mentioned, it's a busy window for you. Are you worried at all? I know Army was on your list at 5.5. It's up to 6.5 with Troy with a total of 42. Would assume that even with the line move, if you were willing to play it at 5.5, 6.5 is obviously worth the play.
Absolutely. I like Army +5 at home. The line move against me, that is a little troublesome. I took this line on Monday. Now I'm getting the worst of it, of course. But Army looks like a big disappointment on paper. This is their first home game in their second FBS home game. This is one of the better running offenses that we know, of course, and Troy has faced. They're 2 of the last 3 wins against opponents who rank bottom 15 in rushing yards.
I'm trying to look at some other.
This is the only test they have.
Yeah. The other big window, we'll focus on this too, because we did talk about this. A couple of other things. First off, if you're just kind of tuning in to get some idea of what's going on, Jason Bean is going to start for Kansas. That number is 2.5 with a total of 54. Not a massive surprise, but maybe if you weren't looking around and.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMeda1 network on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
This afternoon, the Grove City College football team back on the road, heading north for the first time, due north for the first time here in 2023, as the Wolverines will take on Allegheny in Meadville. Kickoff, a special start time of 4:05 this afternoon on the Wolverines Sports Network and with our partners at Western Reserve Radio. But first, it's time for the Andrew DiDonato Show. Hi, everybody. Ryan Briggs here, along with Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato. Coach, as always, thank you for joining us.
It's always great to be with you.
The Grove City Wolverines remained undefeated last week, going to 6-0 overall and in the PAC with a 48-21 win at Geneva. The Wolverines now number 23 in both the D3Football.com poll and the AFCA poll, moving up 2 spots in the coaches poll. And when you win 48-21 on the road, you're going to move up. I know there were a few things to kind of sharpen up, clean up from last Saturday, but overall, a really good day for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it was. We've talked about it. Geneva is a tough place to play. I mean, a few years ago, we went down there and got our first win on their field. So just a tough environment, tough place. And then you throw in the aspect that they run the triple options. They run an offense that nobody else does. So that presents its own set of challenges because you have to do some things defensively to defend that you don't do any other week. So, a number of challenges I felt heading into this one, and for us to go on the road, take care of business, get a convincing win. Just proud of just the whole practice week leading up to it, and then our guys going out and executing in a big way on the road against Geneva.
We'll start on the defensive side. Only 14 points allowed by the Grove City defense as Geneva had a late interception return for touchdowns. Starting, you look at the stat sheet. Ben Bladel, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. Cole DeFilippo, and we'll talk more about Cole, interception return for touchdown. Gabe Dunlap, an interception. But really, it was an 11-man job. Really, you played about 15 or 16 guys with the different packages. It was, it's cliche, but it was a total team effort defensively, holding Geneva to 79 rushing yards and a long run of 13 yards on the day.
Yeah, one of the phrases we talk about often is each of us needs all of us, and that is so applicable to defending the triple option. Early in the practice week last week, we didn't even use a football because it's so assignment sound where hey, don't try to do more than just your job. I mean, you say that all the time, but it is that much more important against the triple option. So, we worked hard. Our defensive staff did a great job. Guys did a great job in practice, just understanding, hey, this is your assignment. This is what you need to do. Don't try to do someone else's job. Just do this. And I thought our guys, I mean, to hold them down and rushing and to hold them to 14 points, just so proud of the defensive effort, assignment sound, and truly living out the phrase, each of us needs all of us.
And things starting up front, certainly some different alignments, or maybe some more 4-man front based on who you're going against. It seemed like the guys handled those adjusted responsibilities very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, even just that element, we're traditionally a 3-down defense, but against the triple option, just because of some of the challenges it presents, it forces us into being a 4-down front. So guys in some different spots, Ben Bladel played down on the line of scrimmage a lot more. I mean, if you watch us in a normal week, he's blitzing all the time, but against the triple option, we just want to be set in our structured positions. And he did a great job moving down, some of the other guys, instead of being Kobe Bonanno head up on the center, he moves out to be over top of the guard. So, I mean, just little nuances that, again, guys are in week 6 in a different spot than they were the first 5 weeks. And I thought our guys did well. A guy too, I know we talk about defensive front, but Trevor Beck back there, I mean, he's flying around. He makes us go in the triple option. He did well. And the D line just funneling everything, taking care of everything underneath to funnel it to the outside. The linebackers funneling it out, and then Trevor flying down, making plays. Just starting with the D line, like you asked, working all the way back. Just everybody in unison, and again, proud of the whole unit's effort.
The flexibility, the versatility of the secondary, and something we've talked about, but was really on display down at Geneva with Don Magliocco, his coverage ability, pretty much blanketing the tight end most of the day, playing a lot of 3 and 4 safeties, if you will. Normally 2 corners, 3 safeties, but more of 1 corner and then 4 safeties. But a guy like Jason Minch playing, who kind of a safety linebacker type, playing out on the perimeter at corner and depending on the formation. Just those guys, and of course Trevor Beck, you said, just coming downhill. I think it was about the 3rd play of the game. He came from about 20 yards downhill, cut down the wing back for a 1-yard gain. And that kind of set the tone. But those guys, their interchangeability was really on display.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the triple option. And Geneva does a really nice job of this, is utilizing personnel. So, they'll bring in a couple extra tight ends, but their tight ends have a lot of versatility that they can actually split out and play wide receivers. So when we looked at that, we thought, obviously we trust any of our guys in any situation, but if they're going to have a tight end on the line of scrimmage, we'd rather have a safety in. But if that same guy splits out wide, we don't have time to sub. So Jason Minch had to actually get reps last week at corner to defend the tight end when he aligns up as a receiver. And we talk about, to be where we're at in this season, you have to be a complete football team, but that also goes to, you got to be more than 11 deep on each side of the ball. Like you mentioned, we use 16 different guys based off personnel packages on Saturday. Jason Minch having to play a corner. We're going to talk about, I'm sure, Cole coming in to at times play against the tight end and coming at the linebacker spot, and Shea Aiken coming in to defend the wing when Jason Minch goes wide. So just all the different personnel we have to be able to do that is how you defend an offense like that successfully.
Cole DeFilippo, senior captain out of Penn Trafford, a guy who has played a lot of football, hasn't been a starter necessarily a whole lot, but he could probably play 7-8 positions on defense. He's a really, you can almost say like a captain of the special teams. He's on all the kick units, but getting a pick 6, which just big for the defense, getting a score, big for him, and big in the course of a game, really give the Wolverines some cushion. But as Mark Means and I were calling it, I said on air, that play was made during the week because he prepared well and was in the right spot at the right time.
Absolutely. And in that interception return for Cole there's so many lessons there that I'm going to be able to unpack for years to come. I mean, here's a guy that, like we said, we had to move him back to safety at one point of his career. He was a middle backer. We moved him to outside backer. I mean, truly has played everywhere and has always done it with a smile on his face, whatever you need, coach. And obviously he's been a key figure on special teams. So for him to get that moment, that interception return for the touchdown, and what's really neat is, for him to be elected captain, I mean, it was pretty much unanimous. I mean, just shows you how much our guys think of Cole, his leadership. I mean, that's the thing you need to be a great football team. A guy that is willing to truly do whatever's asked of him, and then always does, puts himself in the best position that he can have a moment like that. But it was really cool seeing that interception return for the touchdown, just our sidelines, the excitement for him. He's a guy that is just truly loved by each of his teammates. And, it's pretty cool to see that and him have that moment on Saturday.
And that was one thing that jumped out to me immediately as he's, chugging down that sideline. It was on the Grove City sideline, just the sheer enthusiasm from the bench. And anytime there's a big play, the sideline's always excited.
Yeah.
But this was every man, 0 through 99. They were, because sometimes when there's a big play, maybe the kicker is kicking into the net or something, or there's some chalk talk going on or whatever. I guess it's used whiteboards now, but the point's the same. But it was every guy. It was really cool to see. And I think if you say, well, why is this guy a captain? Show him that 25-second clip. Hey, this guy is as respected as it gets by his teammates.
Yeah, and then that's the word that jumps out to me, and you just said it right there. I mean, he is so respected by everybody. And it's really due to the fact of how he comes every day and approaches his work, how he encourages others. And the thing about Cole is when he's encouraging others, it's always meaningful. It's pushing people towards our position vision or pushing something that's going to help make us better, which is why he was elected captain. So, he's definitely someone that not only puts himself in position, but as a captain should, he truly makes all of those around him better. And, I think that's, and all the respect guys have and the recognition of that is why you saw that excitement for him, to get that big play and get it in the end zone.
We'll shift to special teams because, Cole certainly has been a big part of that. And overall, with the exception of an extra point off an upright, another good day for the Wolverines in the kicking game, coverage, the kicks themselves, and the return game. Gabe Dunlap, a big return to set up a touchdown, a 44-yard run back. All in all, special teams continuing to be special.
Yeah. You talked about Gabe. Obviously, the field position, a big part of that is our kickoff return game and how they've been doing. One of the things we were most excited about and proud about when we came back in and saw the film, they have one of the most dangerous returners in the conference. A couple years ago, he returned a kickoff for a touchdown here against us, and he always has that big play threat. And I just thought our kickoff unit, starting with the kicks, deep, high, and then the way our kickoff unit all year, just getting down there, coverage, limiting him, making him run sideline to sideline, not really having any seams for him to go vertical. I just thought that unit was so huge in this game just because of how dangerous he is. And then obviously the punt, CJ, Daniel, just the whole operations there, whether it's punt, field goal, extra point. So, no, again, just special teams have been solid all season. Again, this week, Gabe and his returns, that kickoff unit limiting one of the best returners in the conference, just so much to be excited about.
Yeah, I'm specifically remember the one kickoff, and you could tell it was certainly at a point of emphasis, keep the ball away from McLean. Caleb Keekley really, the one kick hit about the 12-yard line, checked up like a pitching wedge on a green from one of the one of the professional golfers doing that. There was one return where McLean did get it. And what stood out to me, and when we talked from the defensive standpoint last week, the discipline, assignment football, well, it always carries over throughout football, but how the guys were in their lanes because McLean was trying to cut back and try to get outside, and all he saw was white jerseys, and I think Geneva started about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, one thing Coach Brest, our special teams coordinator, is emphasizing all the time with our guys is consistent coverage and leverage unit principles, whether it's punt team, kickoff team, just understanding, who you are in coverage, but also the leverage where we want you to be on the returner, how to keep that position, how much that helps your teammates when you're in your specific spot, then your teammate can play off you. And really, it's a beautiful thing of football. I mean, you just see a kick and a bunch of guys running down there, but there's so many just little principles there that our guys are executing, and then you got to do it with great effort and great speed. And we fortunately have guys who can run and get down there. But I think all of those coverage and leverage unit principles that Coach Brest is weekly talking about with our guys, I thought those were on display in the example you just gave.
Then Daniel Barabay punting. The average, people look at the average, only 33 per kick, but he was punting on short fields and really did a good job of playing the field position game, putting Geneva in some long fields, a couple of punts inside the 20. And, you're punting, certainly we like the big legs and we like seeing the booming kicks, but there has to be some finesse in there too. And he certainly demonstrated that last week.
Yeah, he's just had such a great year, and that's the thing too with punting is, especially when you have a dangerous returner, obviously you want distance, but also just location of kicks. There's so many times where, if we're on a certain hash, then Coach Brett's going to make a call that we want this in a very specific spot, and our whole coverage is going to go and defend based off where they expect that football to be. And those are things Daniel's done all year, and you saw that on display again Saturday. So, not just distance, but also directionally kicking. He executed that at a high level, and as it's been all year, protection for him was just outstanding.
The Wolverine offense, a big afternoon, approaching 500 yards. It was a passing game in the first half, first maybe 2.5, 3 quarters. And then the ground game took over. Logan Pfeiffer, 289 yards, 3 touchdowns. Scott Frazier, over 100 yards, again, catching a touchdown pass. Daniel Sullivan's first touchdown. And then Ryan Heckathorn, going back to Beaver County, catching a touchdown. And then Clayton Parrish, 90 yards rushing in the fourth quarter. Season high, 139 yards for him. A lot of guys, as usual, making contributions to a successful day for the Wolverine offense.
Yeah, you mentioned early there it was our pass game. So I'll, first thing I would say when starting with our pass game, our offensive line and Rob Tamburino included in that, Nico, but our line and protection has just been outstanding. I mean, it's just been unbelievable all year. We those 2 touchdowns were deep balls that are long developing to both Scott and Daniel, and Logan had the time to set up there. So first shout out to just how amazing in protection those guys have been. But you said it. I mean, I think the biggest thing for Logan this year that you've seen is he is so comfortable to go to so many different guys with the ball. I mean, Scott's had his games continually doing what Scott's done for years. Daniel's first touchdown, which was exciting. Ryan Heckathorn, more, his touchdown came from, being more condensed where he's usually, run blocking, but he was able to release and Logan found him, and that was huge for us. But then, it was our big third down conversion. We hit Ryan Lenhart, so even he gets his play over the middle. That was really big and a sustained drive for us. So, I think one of the most exciting things for us in the pass game this year is just Logan's ability to see the whole field, distribute once again, not 1 or 2, but 4 guys making big plays in this game. And I think that's been a key part, along with the protection of why our pass game has just been solid through 6 weeks.
Geneva certainly loaded up the box to stop the run, and the run game took a while to get going, but then it got going in the second half and fourth quarter. Clayton Parrish, 90 yards in the fourth quarter to really erase any doubt in the game. 139 yards for Clayton. He scored a couple of touchdowns. Really good to see Clayton have a big day. He's had a good year, but his best day of 2023.
Yeah, and that's we always talk about so exciting about our run game, and we have so many different running backs that can take over a game, and they all have, and they all will at different points. They kind of share and they all support each other. It's just a beautiful thing to see. And in that fourth quarter, it was Clayton, and I think you saw Clayton at his best on Saturday against Geneva. I mean, when he gets going downhill at full speed, he's a load to try to tackle, and you saw that. I mean, the line did an amazing job opening up the first 5 to 6 yards, but he was making those 5-yard runs 9 yards, 11 yards. I mean, his touchdown run, he broke 2 to 3 tackles on that one, in the third quarter. I mean, just, Clayton, when he gets going and he gets in a rhythm and he's running downhill and able to see things, he's able to completely take over a game, and he did that in that fourth quarter. And just so excited for him to have that moment. And then in that package, what's nice is when he needs a blow, Ian DeMary gets in there, and Ian DeMary came in, and what Clayton built, he kept it going. So you talk about even a fourth running back, obviously we talk about Nico and Joey and what they've done, but seeing Clayton kind of carry the load, and then Ian, giving Clayton a blow in those special packages when we went a little bit heavier with multiple fullbacks in the game. Just so excited to see those two guys play well and play off each other to close the game out for us.
You mentioned that heavy package. Of course, that also includes Brock Carroll, who's the 6th offensive lineman, and then Anthony Brunette, sophomore fullback from Peters Township. And, a couple of those runs, Brunette had some nice, he was kicking out the outside linebacker, the end man, and giving Clayton Parrish some big lanes.
Yeah, and we talked about it defensively. It's the same thing offensively. To be a quality football team, you have to have a lot of depth. And I talked about 4 receivers, but now we just talked about a 6th lineman, a second fullback, a 4th running back. And those guys have to come in and play at a high level. And that's the thing right now with this football team through 6 weeks is there is no drop off. Whether it's a Ryan Heckathorn coming inside as a 3rd receiver coming in to block, or Ryan Lenhart as a 4th receiver coming into block, or Anthony Burnett, a 2nd fullback coming in. I mean, it's the same level of production. Or Brock Carroll, your sixth lineman, where you know he's going to be able to handle a certain block the same way linemen 1 through 5 can. And, those are all important elements to be a really solid and complete football team. And that's the thing. The guys don't ever complain. They support each other. Certain times it may call for 2 fullbacks. Other times, hey, we're going to be more 3 to 4 wide receiver. And when your number's called upon, guys are ready. And that was, again, evident, especially in our heavier packages this past Saturday.
And I'm sure, when you're able to use that many guys, we talk offense, defense, and, of course, special teams. But when you're able to use guys, have specific roles for players, so they are involved in, and it's in a very important role. Just has to do a lot because more guys are feeling involved, and for them, the younger guys who are developing and are the next guys in line, they can say, "Hey, I have maybe I'm a fullback." Well, there are chances to get on the field, or if they're an offensive lineman where maybe they're battling to be the starter down the road, but also think, hey, you know what, I still have a chance to get on the field as the 6th guy or a 4th receiver, 3rd running, whatever the case is. I mean, you're using a lot of guys, goes back to each of us needs all of us, but also there are more carrots that dangle for the younger guys too.
Correct. Absolutely. It helps guys, especially about young guys who are, first year maybe in the system to say, hey, here's where I can fit in best. And this is what I can really focus on. So absolutely. I think the first thing it does is create more opportunities for guys to get on the field. Secondly, I think it, really helps wear down your opponent because they may have the same 11 guys on defense, but we've now played guys 16, 17, keeping guys fresh. So that's a huge element. But then for us, it's like we say, we don't know which package is going to necessarily take over the game. So if you are really in a solid position to defend one thing, well, then we can go to another that maybe you are not as much in a position to defend as well. So it gives, as a coach, it gives you flexibility to say, hey, this package with Clayton is really giving them problems. This is what we're going to go to and ride. And other times maybe it's something else. So yeah, I think it creates opportunity for our guys. It poses problems to the defense, gives us flexibility as coaches, just so many benefits to being able to use so many different guys.
Let's look back at last week. The Wolverines going to 6-0 with the win at Geneva. Today, Grove City on the road again at Allegheny. The Gators, they're playing their best football of the season. They've played CMU and W&J back-to-back, just as the Wolverines had prior to Geneva. And the Gators certainly giving both of those outstanding teams all they can handle and then some. We will talk about the Allegheny Gators when we come back. But first, here's Joe Onderco with this week's PAC Football Report. You're listening to the Andrew Deaton Auto Show on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report covering games on October 14th, 2023. I'm Joe Onderco. This week we will look back at Week 6 football games last Saturday in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing Week 7 gridiron action this coming weekend. Grove City remained in sole possession of first place in the PAC as the number 23 ranked Wolverines improved to 6-0 with a 48-21 win at Geneva. Carnegie Mellon scored the second highest point total in school history, rolling past Teal 80-22. W&J and Case Western Reserves joined CMU a game back of Grove City as the Presidents held off an Allegheny comeback effort to prevail 35-28, while Case pitched a 19-0 road shutout at St. Vincent. Finally, Westminster celebrated a 42-7 homecoming win over Bethany. Waynesburg had the weekend off. PAC Player of the Week laurels for Week 6 went to Allegheny senior wideout Declan O'Brien on offense, senior linebacker Thomas Corey of Carnegie Mellon on defense, and junior defensive back Sakai Simmons of W&J on special teams. Earning PAC Newcomer of the Week recognition was CMU freshman wide receiver Brendan McCullough. 5 games are on tap again in Week 7, with W&J having a bye. 4-1 Case Western Reserve returns to DeSanto Field in Cleveland to face 3-2 Westminster for the Spartans' homecoming game at 2 p.m. Case leads the all-time series 4-2, having won the first 4 meetings from 2016 to 19, while the Titans have won the last 2 contests, including a 14-13 nail-biter in New Wilmington a year ago. Veteran Spartan head coach Greg Debelak previews the matchup.
Westminster was missing a corner. Their free safety got injured. So you could tell when those guys weren't in the game, they were different. So those guys are back, and it's the typical Westminster defense that we faced ever since we've rejoined the year. They're going to be physical. They're going to give you a lot of different looks.
After breaking a 7-year home losing streak earlier this season, 2-4 Teal will try for its third home win in a row when the Tomcats host 1-4 Geneva at Alumni Stadium in Greenville at 1 p.m. The GTs have dominated the series, which began in 1899 with a 31-11-3 record, and have won the last 7 meetings, including a 57-20 final in 2022. Tomcat head coach Sam Bauman talks about preparing for the Golden Tornadoes.
Like you said, it's a unique offense. It's a unique defense. It's a fun team to play. They're going to be physical. They're going to be downhill. They're going to be aggressive. We have to match that physicality. We have to, match their aggressiveness and attack them. I think it would feel really good for this football team to get this win and get to the bye week with a little bit of momentum.
Coming off its bye week, 0-5 Waynesburg looks for its first win of the campaign as the Yellow Jackets host 2-3 St. Vincent at Wiley Stadium at 1 p.m. The all-time series between the programs dates back to 1929, with Waynesburg holding a 21-16-4 advantage against the Bearcats. However, St. Vincent has won the last 4 meetings, including a 53-16 final a year ago. Waynesburg head coach Cornelius Coleman notes that the bye week came at an opportune time for his program.
Well, first and foremost, we needed to bye. Whether you need to recuperate from a health standpoint, whether or not you need to continuously grow, we needed that bye, especially having such a young group of men, majority freshmen and sophomores, just to being able to explain and get into the understanding of schemes and just football 101 at this level.
Other Week 7 matchups include 6-0 Grove City traveling to Meadville to face 2-4 Allegheny at Fuhrer Field at 4 p.m. It's the 72nd all-time meeting between the programs since 1899. Last year, the Wolverines prevailed over the Gators 44-17. Allegheny last defeated Grove City by a 27-7 score in 1987. Finally, 5-1 Carnegie Mellon travels to face 0-5 Bethany at Bison Stadium with a 1 p.m. kickoff. CMU has dominated the series 38-8 all-time, including a 47-7 final in their last meeting 2 years ago. The last Bethany win over CMU was a 23-19 home victory in 2019. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can follow us on social media via Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Onderco. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
Welcome back to the Andrew DiDonato Show. Ryan Briggs here with Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato, getting you set for kickoff in Meadville. Grove City at Allegheny kickoff at 4:05. And, Coach, the Allegheny Gators, a team that we played for the first time in a generation last year. We get to go back to Meadville. We had so much fun. We're doing it again this year. The Gators coming in, played W&J last week at W&J. A second half rally falling 35-28 the week before, giving CMU all the Tartans could handle. CMU ended up with a 19-3 win. But obviously, just in reading about it, you talk to people, it seems like this Allegheny program is really making some big steps here in year number 1 under head coach Brandon Lair.
Yeah, and I think that's the key thing. I mean, they have a first-year coaching staff. This is their first season there. So your first couple of games, you're really trying to find an identity, find who you are, and that takes time. And you can really tell on film as they've approached the middle part of their season. They've committed to a few things and honestly just really found an identity. And I think the best way to understand this Allegheny team is, you mentioned it, 35-28 on the road at W&J. I mean, you don't do that without having a good ball players, a good system, committing to an identity. So, they definitely are coming off having some momentum, playing W&J really tough. And, we know they have some outstanding players and, excited for this challenge.
Head coach Lair was an assistant for a few years at Allegheny. Then he was not there last year. He was at Dayton, but then when Rich Nagy took a job at Lehigh, he came back as the head coach. How different, X and O wise, Are they drastically different from what we saw last year?
Yes and no. No, from the standpoint, if you just look at formationally, they're going to spread you out. And last year they did that to us. I mean, a lot of 4 wide receiver sets and spread it out. They still do that. Just some different things of how they approach, offensive football, a lot of quick passing game, and maybe some different run schemes. But overall, when you just look at it formationally, it'll look similar. Defensively, they're different. I mean, Rich was a heavy even front cover 4, so a lot of 2 high safety structure with 4 down linemen. And Allegheny now is doing some different things, more of an odd front. So completely different defensive system, and that's going to happen when you have a new defensive coordinator. So I'd say defensively, not really anything like we saw last year, but offensively, as far as formations, alignments, those are somewhat similar. Just some different concepts within what they're trying to accomplish.
Starting on offense, the name that jumps out, senior receiver Declan O'Brien. He's been on the D3Football.com Team of the Week a couple of times, among the national leaders in receptions, receiving yards. I believe what is already 66 catches this year. He's certainly he's a guy that has put up big numbers against some really good defenses this year.
Yeah, I mean, you just say last week over 200 yards receiving against W&J, and he's done it since week 1. I mean, he was on the D3 Football Team of the Week 1 when they played Waynesburg, because we played Waynesburg that week after. So we saw that film where he really had a big day, and now we're following them again after W&J, and he's coming off a really big day. So yeah, we're fully aware of Declan O'Brien and what he can do and some of the challenges he can pose to a defense. And I give Allegheny credit. I mean, they have a great player, and they've really featured him well and found ways. Even a lot of times with the receiver, if hey, teams want to throw to him, obviously teams are aware of it and tried to take it away, but moving him around, putting him in different spots each week, they've found ways to get him the ball quite a bit. So, credit to obviously him as a great player, but their offensive staff utilizing him well. And he's certainly putting together a really solid senior campaign.
Of course, the guy on the other end of that connection, senior quarterback Jack Johnson, nice size, about 6'2" or whatever. Is he more of a pocket, the classic pocket guy?
Yeah, he is. I mean, he ran against us a little bit last year. They did some zone read stuff, and we saw him, his ability to move his legs. We witnessed that firsthand. Obviously, all the staffs knew, the schemes are new, but we saw these players last year. Obviously, O'Brien had a really, solid game. We were fully aware of him last year and his abilities, the receiver and Jack Johnson. And, the thing with him is a senior quarterback, there's no way to teach experience. You either have the experience or you don't, especially at this position. And man, a senior quarterback, he's played a lot of football. And, obviously when you have a target like O'Brien and other targets, that makes you feel even more comfortable because you trust, you can anticipate, you trust the guy is going to be where you want him to be. So, senior quarterback and, again, having a really good year. And I think that's because all of his experience, just pretty calm. And to your question, pocket passer, he wants to stay back there in the pocket and distribute the football.
Trey Worship leading the running game. It seems like they're using a number of different backs this year.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Trey Worship, we've known about him, obviously going against them last year. He missed last week, so that's why, some other guys getting a lot more carries. Obviously he's in the 2 deep. We expect him to be back, but they have a number of solid running backs. It starts with him. But, other guys that similar to us that maybe give you a little bit different of a look. Trey Worship, he's a physical runner. He'll try to run right through you. I mean, he has the speed too, but I just always, even last year when we played against him, impressed with his physicality. Some of the other backs too, I mean, maybe just a little quicker, kind of like when Joey Guida comes in and gives us that spark getting the edge. They have guys that can do that as well. But multiple backs, and obviously Trey Worship, just his status last week, not being available. I don't know how much we expect to see him, but certainly we're ready to be ready to defend all of the different backs that we're going to probably utilize in this one.
Defensively, you mentioned the odd front. They list 3 linemen, 4 linebackers on the 2 deep. At this point, we've seen about everything a team could do defensively.
Yeah.
Be it 3-3, 3-4, 4-3, bear front, etc. Is there anybody that they are most similar to defensively in the league?
It's hard to say. Honestly, probably the biggest challenge for us is we saw it against Geneva. Teams just do things against us that they don't do against other people. Well, most of that's because our style of play and how we run the football and then our vertical passing game. So, they play a 3-4. You can maybe compare it to Case Western, with their 3-4 defense. That's their base structure. But, we've seen against CMU, a running team, and others where they want a bear front. And what a bear front is a D lineman head up on the nose and then 2-3 techniques. So essentially a guy on the center and guard. They're really loading up the middle and two ends. They've also bumped into an even front and stack at times. So, just because, some of the things we do offensively are different, we are expecting anything, like we do each week, and we want to live in our offensive vision. But and their base structure, if they played that, maybe you could compare them to Case, but they are multiple, and we know we could see anything this in this matchup.
So looking at front three, some good size up front. Size necessarily isn't everything, but when you're playing the 3-man line, it certainly helps to have, much like the Wolverines have, you like to have some guys with a little bit of girth to them, manning that front three.
Yeah, I mean, first thing first, the only way to play an odd front is you have to have a nose that can truly eat up a center. And when you have a nose that's 6'3", over 300 pounds, I mean, that's we've seen that before in great defenses with that play an odd front. So that's where it starts. And we saw him last year, just a very good football player. But then from there, I think they have those outside linebackers that are versatile. So they can go from an odd front where they're playing as a linebacker over a slot receiver and then move them down and play them on a tackle on a bare front. So, it starts with their D-line. They are big and physical, but they also have linebackers that have the versatility. Like we talk about with our safeties, can you go play the pass out wide and come in and play the run? Well, same thing with their outside backers. I think, they trust them to go out, defend the pass, bring them in to load the box to defend the run. So, when you have outside linebackers like that, coupled with a big defensive line, that's how you can go from an odd front to a bare front and kind of shift around and give the offense some different looks.
Coach, what are the keys for the Wolverines to go to Meadville, knock off the Gators, and conclude this 2-game road trip with a win?
Always for us, it starts with running the football. No matter what we see, no matter what teams try to do, you saw it last week. It was late in the game. It took over. We're going to find a way to be able to run the football and establish that. And then we're going to always have opportunities to make big plays in the pass. And if we're going to win, you got to make those big plays when the opportunity presents itself. So those two things are always the same. Establish the run. When the opportunity comes, make big plays in the pass game. Defensively, I think it still starts with stopping their run. Obviously they have a lot of accolades in their pass game, but they have a very good run game. You don't want that to get going. And then, of course, always be aware of, their pass and do our thing, but be aware of 15. Obviously he's a great player. And I think our guys are, they are excited for, anytime you play a great player, you're excited for that challenge. So, they're going to make plays. He's going to make his plays. But the biggest thing, limit the explosive play. And that's the big thing. That's what they've been able to do in their passes, get some explosives. So, they're going to get their completions and yards at times, but just limit the explosive play in the pass and then win the field position battle. So I think if we establish the run, get some one-on-one matchups that we take advantage of on offense, limit their run, challenge the short game, but definitely eliminate the big passing plays, and then win the field position battle. I think that's our key to find success against Allegheny.
Coach, these road trips aren't too bad. Geneva and Meadville, or Geneva, Beaver Falls, Allegheny, Meadville, so, both less than an hour. So certainly not strenuous road trips, but it'll be fun to be back at Thornfield next week.
Yep.
Coach, have a safe trip to Meadville. We will talk to you next week. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Briggsy.
That's Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato. You've been listening to the Andrew DiDonato Show on the Wolverines Sports Network. Kickoff is coming up next on Western Reserve Radio, live from Allegheny College. Mark Means and I will have the call on the home of the Wolverines.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
From Frank B. Fuhrer Field on the campus of Allegheny College, the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio presents Grove City College football. This afternoon, the Wolverines on the road for the second straight week take on the Alligators from Allegheny in what is an overcast, chilly, and a little rainy afternoon.
And windy as well, Mark. The wind blowing from left to right. The flag is starched off to our right. There's been some off and on rains, some heavy rains at time. Right now, very little precipitation, but that could change as the game goes on. Of course, artificial turf here at Allegheny Field is in excellent shape, draining very well. But certainly something to keep an eye on. It's really the first real weather game we had. And I know in the night game a few weeks ago with Carnegie Mellon, there were some light showers off and on through the night, but it was a warm, pleasant night otherwise. It is not pleasant today. It is cold. It's that bone-chilling cold, just kind of goes right through you, especially with that wind. So that's certainly something to keep an eye on, both the moisture and the wind today. And this Allegheny passing attack was so prolific with Jack Johnson and Declan O'Brien, the receiver. That certainly would be something, would be an advantage, you'd think, to the Wolverines being a little bit more run predominant. But the Wolverines will have their work cut out for them. They'll need all the help they can get against this standout passing attack that Allegheny has.
Both teams on the fields. The captains out for the Wolverines: Cole DeFilippo, Aiden Gutierrez, Dom Magliacco, and Vinny LaPre out there on the field for the Wolverines as they have taken the field across from us. The Allegheny Alligators out there now as well as they have taken the field. And this will be the 72nd meeting all time between these two programs.
Last year, the series renewing after a 3-decade hiatus with Allegheny coming back to the PAC. And we're here at Allegheny for the second straight year due to just a schedule quirk. There are a few of those this year with a new schedule format for this year. Then Wolverines winning last year here, looking to repeat that here. But Allegheny playing good football, Mark, battling W&J tough last week, 2 weeks ago here against Carnegie Mellon, 19-3. CMU won, but Allegheny really acquitting itself very well. The Gators and head coach Braden Layer in his first year, they're thinking, we're knocking on the door. We're close. Today is the day. If you're Grove City, they might want to knock on the door. You put the deadbolt across it and make sure that they don't knock that door in. But should be a fun one today. We'll see the Grove City offense first. Mark, Allegheny winning the toss and electing to defer its option until the second half. So it'll be Grove City receiving to begin today's game. And appears that the Wolverines will be going into the wind in the first quarter. And for today's play-by-play here on Western Reserve Radio. And before we get that, first thanks to Western Reserve, Dave Ferris, our on-site engineer. We don't have that too often.
No, we don't.
Well, I guess I'm the on-site engineer at home.
Usually you are.
But I have enough titles, I think, on game day. But thanks to Dave and Jim Craven and the gang there for making this work today. Now, with that in mind, no more formalities. Here's Mark Means with the play-by-play.
Ready to get game number 7 underway. Grove City 6-0, ranked 23rd in the nation. Allegheny at 2-4. And the Wolverines will have their traditional 2 returners back deep in Joey Guida and Gabe Dunlap. And Grove City going into the wind to begin this game this afternoon. As we are waiting for this to time up perfectly for our friends on the television side of things this afternoon as well. So we will get set to get this one begun. When you look at Allegheny, you look at Declan O'Brien, leads Division III football in receptions and yards with 66 catches, 897 yards on the season.
I look at this a little bit like the way we looked at Waynesburg with their outstanding receiver, Dakota Romantino. He's going to get catches. He's going to get yards. You don't want him to have one of those days where he has 14 catches for 200 yards. If he's in that, say, 7 or 8 range, maybe 90 to 110 yards, that's a win for the Wolverines. But you don't want to have O'Brien, who, of course, scored on the Wolverines last year. He is a game breaker. He's a complete receiver. Short, intermediate, long. He can catch it short and go long. He's certainly somebody that the Wolverines will have to keep an eye on. Allegheny without its standout running back, Trey Worship, for the second straight week. But Kyrie Miller stepped in last week, did a fine job down at W&J.
Garrett Paxton, the junior out of Freedom High School, who handles the kicking duties, ready to get us underway here in week number 7. A low line drive kick. That's Shea Aiken back to return this kick, who picks up the loose ball, gets it across the 15, still on his feet across the 20, 25, and out near the 28-yard line. So Aiken back there, we saw him earlier in his career returning kicks.
Yeah, he's a very accomplished kick returner, and of course, good straight line speed. Mishandled it a bit. That kick kind of was like just a line drive knuckleball downfield. And sometimes you see a kick returner bobble or misplay it. The coverage unit will maybe ease up a hair or get a bit out of sorts, and you get a big return. Not a huge return, but out close to the 30. He'll mark him down at the 29. But Aitken doing a nice job of not panicking.
Logan Pfeiffer making start number 7 on the season for the junior. 1,168 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, also has 4 rushing touchdowns. He'll give the ball to Nico Flotti on a first down. Hurdles one defender for the Alligators, and Flotti out to about the 34-yard line for a short gain. And this weather just kind of screams Nico Flotti and Clayton Parrish kind of day.
It certainly does. This is fullback weather. Actually, they'll give them 6, a little bit of a generous spot on the second effort. But this is a between the tackles type day. All it's missing is mud here. This looks like it'd be a good black and white photography in the old days. But a good start, Flatty picking up 6.
Second down and 4. Heckathorn goes in motion, settles in the backfield. Flotti, the tailback, returns, gets the handoff. Nico Flotti has a first down and more across the 40 and all the way out close to the 45-yard line. Nico Flotti picks up the first down on his second carry of the afternoon.
Nico, the leading rusher in the President's Athletic Conference. A little bit of a down week by his standards last week, but of course Clayton Parrish doing the yoke of the work in the second half. Nico looking fresh. 2 carries, 16 yards, and the Wolverines have a first down.
They'll bring Heckathorn again for some extra protection. Flotti gets it for the 3rd straight time. Head of speed, breaks free across the 40, 35, 30, 25, cuts back 20, and he's going to go out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. A heavy dose of Nico Flotti on this opening drive.
Wolverines with the double lead from Tamburino, then Heckathorn. You mentioned him motioning in. It looked like it was the old Washington football team with their counter trade. It wasn't a counter, but you had the kick out, the pull through, and Nico off to the races into the red zone. The Wolverines 1st and 10 at the 17.
Again, Heckathorn comes inside into the backfield. Frazier, the lone receiver, out to the left. Flotti with his 4th straight carry. This time he is tripped up from behind as he falls over the 15-yard line, down close to the 14-yard line. And it's been a good Grove City drive, keeping it on the ground to start things off.
I'm not sure if he tripped or just lost his footing. Like as they'd say in hockey, he caught an edge and went down. The turf is wet. Again, it's an excellent artificial surface, but perhaps just lost his footing. You see Nico kind of pawing at the ground there. He still got 3 on the carry.
2nd and 7 from the 14-yard line. Flotti again gets the football, lowers the shoulder, and he's going to drive for some extra yards. Nico's going to get about 6. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Very reminiscent of the first drive against another team in navy blue, that being Westminster back in week 1 of run, run, run. Here comes Nico Flotti right at you. But 3rd and 2 here, certainly, I think likely Wolverines, 2 cracks to get those 2 yards.
So 3rd down, short 2, coming up on this drive for the Wolverines that will shuffle the offensive line. Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives it to Flotti again, slips inside a tackle, and Nico Flotti into the end zone from 9 yards out on the opening drive for the Wolverine touchdown. And for Nico, that's touchdown number 4.
Nico Flotti, it was Nico right, Nico up the middle, Nico right, and then Nico right, cut back left there. But again, great blocking at the point of attack. And then how about that backside, caving down inside, getting the pursuit for me, being able to get there. Good vision from Nico Flotti. And the Wolverines have the early lead.
Caleb Keekly, 22 of 25 in the extra point department, on to kick. Otwell to snap, Gutierrez to hold. Good snap, good hold, and the extra point on its way, and good. Grove City takes the opening drive. They cash it in on a Nico Flotti rushing touchdown. Take an early 7-0 lead. 12:01 to play in the opening quarter. We're back on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
12:01 to play in the opening half. An impressive opening drive for the Wolverines. Reminiscent, like you said, against Westminster to start off the season. On that drive, I believe, was 12 straight rushes.
Only half as many here. 6 plays, 71 yards, all Nico Flotti. And Allegheny electing to defer. And Grove City's like, okay, we're cool with that. And but it all starts up front, that front five, and then the last couple plays with Brock Carroll checking in, Tamburino and Heckathorn, they're blocking at the point of attack. Also, just a terrific drive. 6 plays, 71 yards, average 12 yards a pop on the drive. It uses 259, and now we will get a look at the Grove City defense coming out here as we're in a little bit of a longer delay, of course, with the television broadcast, but gives us time more to expound upon that drive. But really a very important start here. Allegheny's, we said, and has been playing people tough. If you're Grove City, you want to fire that first salvo. Don't let Allegheny get off to the good start and be up, even if say 3-0, 7-0, whatever, and really get to feeling good about themselves. You come out here, you deliver that first striking blow, and now let's see what the kick unit can do here against a couple of pretty good return men from Allegheny.
Caleb Keekly ready to kick the football away. 4 touchbacks on the season for the first-year starting sophomore for the Wolverines. Twin returners back deep at the 5-yard line for the Alligators. Keekly ready to get us back underway. End-over-end kick. Fair catch called for and made right at the 10-yard line. So
perhaps a break for the Wolverines because the way that ball was kind of twisting, there was a chance it was going to go out of bounds. I don't know that it would have, but the fair catch was made at the 10 of the numbers, and you could see the wind affecting that kick. It got up there, and it just kind of, it was like it hit that invisible wall and just dropped down. But Allegheny will have it at the 25 to begin the Gators' first drive of the day.
Quarterback is Jack Johnson, the senior. 1,432 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the year. Miller going to get the start at the tailback spot. 268 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Slot man goes in motion from left to right. Takes the snap. They give it to Kiri Miller on his first carry. And that's going to be a short gain for Miller, who's put up good numbers as the number 2 back so far this year.
Yeah, he has. And, with Trey Worship being out, we saw him in street clothes on crutches before the game. It's Miller's on paper the number 2, but it's really become more of a 1-1A. And they've been able to withstand the loss of Worship, who's been a very good back the last couple of years because of how well Miller, the senior out of Ligonier Valley, has played.
2nd down and 7 from the 28-yard line. Alligators left to right on their opening possession here in the opening quarter. Going to give it to Miller again. Sidestep a tackle. And then Trevor Beck there with some help to make the stop after looks like it might lose a little bit.
It was Ben Bladel that made the initial play. Then Jack Jolly finished him up or came in there. And Trevor Beck, as you said, cleaned him up at the end there. Trevor Beck, such a everything you want in a free safety. That's Trevor Beck back there. He's great in coverage, the center fielder back there, then coming downhill against the run. We saw that last week at Geneva, and here on this play, putting Allegheny in 3rd down and the better part of 9 yards.
Twins to each side of the formation. Johnson alone in the backfield. Slot receiver goes in motion from right to left. Johnson claps, takes the snap, 3-step drop, stands in the pocket, goes underneath, and a sliding catch just shy of the 45-yard line. Was that pass caught right in stride for Ian Dursey with the first down.
Yeah, Austin Williams, actually the tight end who flexes out as a receiver downfield. Nice catch there as I had to go to the slide to make the catch, but Allegheny on 3rd and 9 converting. Allegheny certainly, after that first drive by Grove City, want to let your defense regroup, and converting on 3rd down is a good way to do that.
Williams, his 31st catch on the season, 2nd leading receiver for the Alligators. Twins to the right, trips to the left side. Johnson alone in the backfield from their 43-yard line. Claps, takes the snap, goes downfield. Receiver makes the catch, spins across the 45, down to the 44-yard line. That's another Allegheny first down.
You can start to see Allegheny get a little bit of rhythm. That time, Ian Dursey, you were one play ahead of yourself, Mark, but Dursey making the catch. We talk a lot about O'Brien, as we should, but Dursey, Williams, Curtis Snowblock, the freshman out of North Hills, they have several very capable targets on the outside, and Johnson, the senior, he's not going to get easily rattled in the backfield.
Dursey's 17th catch on the season. Trips now to the right. Slot receiver goes in motion. Settles on the left side. Johnson claps, takes the snap, looks to throw, fires downfield. That pass is juggled. And they're going to say he was able to hold on to that catch at the 36-yard line.
Dursey hanging on to it. He bobbled it, and then as he's trying to collect it, Trevor Beck hit him right between the 8 and the 2. But Dursey doing a good job. Turned a routine catch into an above-average catch, but picks up 8. And Allegheny will have 2nd down and 2.
We go under 9 minutes to play in this opening quarter. First possession for the Alligators. Visiting 2nd down and just about 2 yards to go. Twins to each side. Johnson out of the pistol formation. Single back 2 yards deep behind him. Takes the snap. Drops back to throw. Pump fakes. Pulls it down. Throws out to the flat. Receiver makes the catch. That's a 1st down and more across the 30. And inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Ball popped out. We'll say the runner was down. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Alligators at the Grove City 24-yard line.
Allegheny did recover it, but he was down, but nice job by Miller. Out on the flat. Wolverines had the, getting after Johnson. He went to his safety valve and taken out to the 14-yard line for the 1st down. 24, excuse me.
This Allegheny offense averaging about 24 points per game on the season. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. 8:13 to play in the opening quarter. 7-0 Wolverines. Johnson, play fake. Ben Bladel there to knock the ball loose. It's going to roll all the way back inside the 45, inside the 50, still rolling around, and finally picked up by one of the Wolverines. That's Ryan Fleming, was able to recover the loose ball and gain possession before it went out of bounds.
A ball, it looked like it was covered in Vaseline squirting around there. All the way back to the 37. A couple of Allegheny men had a crack at it. A couple of Grove City guys did. Jack Jolly was there, and then just got away from him, and you're thinking it's going to go out of bounds, and Allegheny's going to keep it. And then Ryan Fleming, good thing he isn't a triple E in terms of his shoe width. He was able to get that left foot in, stay on the green of the turf to pick up the ball, get possession, and give the Wolverines the football at the 37 of Allegheny. So not only the turnover, but then a big flip of the field as well.
1st and 10, Grove City. Twins to the right side. Single back in the backfield. Nico Flotty again gets the handoff. Big hole. Bounce into the outside. Nico Flotty still on his feet. 1st down and more with a flag in the backfield as Flotty goes down near the 20-yard line.
I think they're going to get one of the Wolverine linemen for a hold. We saw referee P.D. Harris behind the play. And I think they're going to get Vinny Lepre for the hold. But and you could see there was a little bit of a hole. Then there was quite a bit of a hole. And that right there where the flag came out. And it will wipe out a 1st down gain. And instead it's going to be 1st down and 20 for Grove City.
So back it up after the holding penalty. Back to the 47-yard line. 1st and 20, 7:48 to play in the opening quarter. Wolverines, 2 receivers out to the right side. Again, Nico Flotty gets the carry. And Flotty across the 45. And down to the 43-yard line. Every play, a running play with Nico Flotty getting the football.
Yeah, not a whole lot in terms of trickery for the Wolverines so far in the early going. And sometimes you hear about in sports and football, coaches getting cute. Well, the Wolverines aren't getting cute. It's working. Let's keep doing it.
2nd and 16 from the 43-yard line. That's Sullivan and Heckathorn out to the right. Frazier inside the numbers to the left. Tamburino in motion, settles in the backfield. Piper to throw it for the 1st time. Sets, looks downfield for Frazier, makes a great catch inside the 30, and then spins upfield for a couple of extra yards. Piper put that one right on the numbers.
David Babb, the corner right there, press coverage. He was on him. I don't know if he really could have defended it much better. 5'11", 195. And Frazier a little bit taller, but he was able to use that frame, box him out, and get the 1st down to the 26. Again, if you're David Babb, that's good coverage. He is a strong, stout cornerback, one of the leaders in that defensive backfield for Allegheny. Just a top-notch throw and catch.
On 1st down, give it to Nico Flotty. Trying to bounce outside, now cuts it back between the hashes. And Flotty ahead for a few yards, and a late flag comes in at the end of the play.
Samuel Cato, the free safety, coming in run support, funneling that play back inside. And yeah, I'm curious to see what this penalty could be, because he said it came right at the end of the play. It was a post-play Yeah. And it's going to be a personal foul on Wolfgang Schultz, the reserve defensive end for Allegheny. So it'll be half the distance and an automatic first down. Apparently, a little bit of stuff post play. So if you're Allegheny, boy, you're starting to think we had a great drive going. You get the turnover, and now Grove City on the move again in the red zone. The penalty giving Grove City free yardage and a new set of downs.
1st and 10 from the Allegheny 12-yard line. Sullivan split out to the right side. It's Heckathorn and Frazier to the left. Heckathorn going to now come inside for some extra protection. Going to give the ball to Nico Flotty. Hesitates in the hole, then just decides to lower the shoulder and drive forward for a couple of extra yards. And he's down to about the 7-yard line. You just saw in that run where he went, okay, no more running room. Just going to lower my shoulders and get what I can.
And you hear about the term about stop on a dime. He was running, stopped as Zuri Matsuda, the weak side linebacker, the inside linebacker, flew right past him. It's like he ran, stopped. Matsuda overran him. And Nico accelerated back upfield, as you said, used the physicality to pick up a couple of extra yards. Now we see Clayton Parrish in the backfield for the first time.
2nd down and 5 from the 7-yard line. Parrish gets the handoff, stepped hard to the right, came back to the left, and he is in for the Grove City touchdown from 7 yards out. Touchdown at number 7 for the 5th-year senior, Clayton Parrish.
Looked like Nico Flotty with that cutback. Normally, you don't think of Clayton being, the most in terms of a finesse run. That's what it was there. Cut, head upfield. Where we talk about his power and that power spin move. That time, nifty footwork for the big guy from West Middlesex. The Wolverines turn the takeaway into points.
Caleb Keekley on for the extra point. Again, Otwell to snap. Gutierrez to hold. Snap down, extra point on the way by Keekley is up and good. So the Wolverines take the turnover, convert it into 6 points. Keekley adds the extra point. 5:22 to play in the opening quarter. It is Grove City 14, Allegheny 0 on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
An early 2-touchdown lead for the Wolverines as they take advantage of the turnover on the fumble recovered by Fleming. They turned it into 6 points and have an early 2-score lead.
Yeah, and it's been the Grove City rushing attack. 86 yards so far. 10 carries, 86 yards. Nico Flotty doing the bulk of that, but you see Clayton Parrish, Parrish coming in, scoring the touchdown. The Grove City, all starts up front. We heard Coach DiDonato in the pregame show talking about, establishing the run. We're 9.5 minutes into this one. Grove City certainly has established the run, and if you're Allegheny, thinking, boy, this isn't what we signed up for. They got down early, had the nice drive going. And then next thing, the fumble, the law, and then, of course, on the fumble itself was an exchange of, would have been, 13, probably 35, 40 yards, 39. I believe it was 39. And then Wolverines, second and long, the pass to Frazier. You get the personal foul for a late hit, and then Parrish scores. So a good start for the Wolverines here on the road, taking on a team that has been playing its best football of the season. Again, long way to go in this one, but if you're the Wolverines, certainly darn near picture-perfect start.
So Keekley will get ready to kick the football away. 2 returners back deep, standing at their 5-yard line. It's 82, Ian Dursey back to return the kick. And another fair catch called for and made right around the 12-yard line as we've seen both kickoffs fair caught.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. If you're Allegheny, you're thinking, hey, you know what? Maybe we can get something sparked with the return. Yes, Grove City's kick units have done a good job in coverage this year. But if you're Allegheny think, you know what, we have quality return, man. Let's see if we can't maybe break one, get out past the 30, 35. Instead, the 25 is not awful field position, but, it's still 75 yards to the end zone against, a pretty stout Grove City defense.
Jack Johnson and the offense back out onto the field with two receivers to the right side and a now third receiver just flexing off the line of scrimmage. Johnson to throw on first down. Hit as he throws, goes downfield, and that pass overthrown and incomplete. Good coverage by the Wolverines secondary with no one open.
Good pressure from the front side. Ben Bladel went against Gabe McCollum, the tackle. And that time he hit McCollum high, got McCollum's off balance. And McCollum, pretty stout at right tackle, but Bladel was able to get up under him, drive him back, and then apply the pressure on Johnson. And, of course, the nearest man to it was Dom Magliocco in coverage, but Johnson that time missing high, and you could tell he was sensed that pressure coming.
2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line, 5:17 to play. First half, 14-0 lead for the Wolverines. Johnson claps, takes this snap, fakes the handoff, going to flip it downfield. Receiver made the catch after a short gain and immediately got hammered down to the field by Dom Magliocco, and a flag on the play.
It's going to be holding. That came out pretty early in the play. And it's going to go on the right guard, Keller Liptrap. That time the Wolverines ran a stunt. Sponek going out, Bladel going in. Miscommunication by the lineman on the right side. Liptrap had to reach out and get a hold of the defender, getting through, and put Allegheny now in 2nd and 20 back at the 15-yard line.
5:12 to play in the opening quarter. 2nd and 20. Alligators working behind the chains on 2nd and 20 from the 15-yard line. They'll break the huddle, come to the line quickly. Play clock down to 2 seconds. Just get it off. They will run the football on 2nd down and long, and not a lot of running room at all for Miller. Maybe a very short gain of 1, bringing up a 3rd down and long.
Much like we'd always joke about in baseball, Bob Walk being a bad name for a pitcher because of a walk. Jack Jolly, his disposition is hardly jolly at middle linebacker as he came through and hit Miller. But that play made up front by Kobe Bonanno, forcing the interior of the linebacker, allowing Jolly to come through and hold it to a gain of about a yard, maybe 2.
3rd down and long, 3rd and close to 19. Receiver goes in motion. They'll have 3 receivers to the right side. Johnson to throw. Steps up in the pocket, looking downfield. Now he's going to run with the football. And Johnson's going to have a first down all the way out across the 40-yard line. And they'll spot him down at the 42-yard. Kind of saw an opening and just took off downfield for the big game.
Yeah, Wolverines were, so concerned. Everything downfield, left the middle of the field wide open. Johnson, not known as a runner, more of a pocket guy, but he's certainly, as demonstrated there, not a statue back there. He can move. He throws well on the run. That time took off and heading upfield. Some nice open field speed for Johnson, too.
So 1st and 10 to the Allegheny 42-yard line with twins each side. Single back behind Jack Johnson. Bobbles the snap, looks to throw, avoids Ben Bladel. Now looking downfield, he'll just unload this one into the bench. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Ben Bladel, great get off. I know some of the Allegheny folks slide off sides, but because Grove City does not line up on the line of scrimmage, there's that 1-yard bubble. He was not into the neutral zone at the snap. So it's, if you're wondering what's kind of the visual of it, if you've ever watched Canadian football where you have to have that 1-yard gap off of the ball, that's a lot of times the Wolverine front 3 or front 4 will line up like that. In that case, Bladel timed it perfectly and looked like he was offsides, but he wasn't.
2nd and 10 from the 42, 3:46 to play, opening quarter. Johnson claps a 2nd time, takes the snap, looks to throw quickly, fires the pass downfield. That is caught for a short gain that's going to bring up 3rd down. That's Curtis Knobloch, the freshman, only reception for the Alligators.
Gabe Dunlap up in coverage to make the solid hit and bring him down. 3rd down and a long 4 upcoming for Allegheny, just shy of midfield. Gators 2 for 2 on 3rd down so far. Of course, they just converted the 3rd and 16 moments ago in the Johnson scramble.
Twins to each side. Play clock approaching 10 seconds. Bladel started to move off the edge and was able to get back, and that pass is fired downfield and going to be completed for a first down for the Alligators.
Some people griping about it. He got back, and and a nice job by Johnson to hit O'Brien for the first down. And again, that's where O'Brien's best trait. He's, as we said, outstanding wide receiver. But there, knowing where to be, on 3rd and 4, he's able to get open. Everybody figures it's going to 15. He's able to get open to get you 5 on 3rd and 4.
So 1st and 10 from the Grove City 47-yard line. Twins to each side. Johnson claps, takes the snap. He will give it to his running back, who is able to push the pile forward down to near the 45-yard line. Gain of 2 on the run by Miller. It's 2nd down and 8.
Jason Minch coming off the edge that time and got a piece of him to slow him down. One of the things, too, with the Wolverines doing so much rushing off the edge, and it's not necessarily a blitz per se because they're rushing 4. The blitz would be 5, 6, 7 or whatever. But you have to think those tackles, Jack Turner on the left side, Gabe McCollum on the right side, might get a little jumpy here.
There it is again. What are we waiting for?
So before the snap of the football, the flag was thrown.
Sponek jumped into the neutral zone. And then the right tackle, acting as if he was drawn off. I don't think he was per se, but he reached out like, hey, he jumped and able to get the free 5 yards. Seth Jones in at right tackle now.
So after the penalty, this will bring up a 2nd down and 3 with the ball resting right on the 40-yard line. Two receivers go to each side of the formation. Johnson working out of the pistol set. Takes the snap. He will hand it off, and running back hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the carry. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3.
So Bryce Sponek just drove the lineman back into the backfield, and that's ended up was what slowed down Miller. Be a short loss on the play. Sponek showing a little bit of frustration over that last play being called for the offsides and taking it out there. And now 3rd down upcoming for Allegheny. So Gators again 3 for 3 on 3rd down.
3rd and 3 from the Grove City 40-yard line. Under 50 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Johnson working the hard count, takes the snap, flips it to Miller out of the backfield, and he dropped the football and incomplete. And it's going to bring up now a 4th down and 3.
Pressure from Ryan Fleming. Johnson, that pass, he had a little more arc on it than he wanted. Miller could sense Jolly closing in on him. Even if he catches it, it's probably going to be a loss on the play. So instead of being 4th and 5, maybe 4th and 6, it's 4th and 3 at the 40, and the offense will stay on the field for Allegheny.
So they will send 2 receivers, now 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Slot man goes in motion. Settles on the right side. Johnson claps, takes the snap, stands in the pocket, looks downfield, pass too tall and incomplete. Bowden Davidson there on the coverage of Declan O'Brien brings up the turnover on downs.
Bryce Sponek from the front side, Ben Blader from the backside, applying the pressure. Good coverage downfield from Bowden Davidson. The in route, O'Brien went downfield past the sticks at about 6 yards, went in towards the middle of the field. Davidson right there. Wolverines, you had to know they're looking for 15 there. And Bowden Davidson, first-year starting quarterback out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Probably not too many days like this in Scottsdale, but he made a very nice play there and gives the Wolverines good field position as well. Turnover on downs at the 40.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Pfeiffer takes the snap, drops the throw for just a second time. Has time in the pocket. Going to take a shot downfield for Frazier, who was double covered and over his head and incomplete.
Thought they might look for Heckathorn on the post pattern. He kind of slow played it and then took off going across the field. Ended up, there were 3 defenders back there and 2 receivers. The 2 defenders went towards Frazier. Pfeiffer taking a shot deep. And when you're able to run, you can get that defense overplaying the run. Good job by the Allegheny secondary.
2nd down and 10, 29.7 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. 14-0 lead for the Wolverines, who face a 2nd and 10 from their 40-yard line. Going to give the ball. Looks like, is that Ian DeMary who's
It is.
in for the carry? And Ian DeMary is going to have the first down and more out across midfield to the Alligator 48-yard line.
Yeah, we saw Ian DeMary last week get a touchdown against Geneva. We saw more of him at running back last year as Vital Joseph, the defensive back, standout strong safety, down for a moment on the far sideline for Allegheny. But, Ian DeMary getting his number called early and looking good, taking the ball to the 48 of Allegheny, a pickup of 12 on his first carry of the afternoon. Right now, Joseph seated, and that's the matter at hand right now. But Ian DeMary, we've seen Flatt. We saw score a touchdown, Parrish with a touchdown, and our first look here at Ian DeMary, and a nice job by the sophomore from Penn Trafford. You have to think, next year, you're looking down the road, Joey Guida, Clayton Parrish, both seniors this year. Ian DeMary, certainly you would have to think, is going to be expected to have a big role in the offense next year. But he's saying, hey, the time is now.
And take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you.
Absolutely. And that's been the key. We've talked so much about the Wolverines in all three facets. When guys have gotten their opportunity, they've taken advantage of it. We talked about Cole DeFilippo last week, that interception return against Geneva. And then other guys, whether it's guys rotating in on the defensive line, such as a Joseph Semelka getting some time there, different linebackers, different guys in the secondary, Jason Minch, who's moved into the starting lineup. It's really been fun to see.
A lot of depth across the roster for the Wolverines.
Well, that's such an important word, depth and quality depth, where it makes you better during the week, that internal competition. And then, of course, on game day, you're not just going to play your first 11 on offense, defense, and a handful of guys on special teams. You need to be able to play 35, 40 some odd guys. And the Wolverines, they have certainly been able to improve their depth.
Single receiver to the right, two to the left side. Down to 5 seconds to go here in this opening half, and it looks like Grove City is going to be content to let this clock run out, and we have completed a one quarter here from Meadville at Allegheny College. After one, it is Grove City 14, Allegheny 0 on the Wolverine Sports Network in Western Reserve Radio.
Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football. Or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
Ready to begin quarter number 2 here from Meadville, Pennsylvania on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio. A overall solid quarter for the Wolverines with a 14-0 lead after one.
Yeah, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and the Wolverines forcing a turnover, which led to the second touchdown, then a turnover on downs also. So, like you said, good first 15 minutes.
Looking at some of those numbers in the opening 15 minutes. Clayton Parrish, 1 carry for 6 yards. Ian DeMary, 1 for 12. Nico Flotti, already 83 yards rushing in the opening quarter for Grove City as they have stuck to the ground game, and it's served them well so far.
Yeah, and Ian DeMary stays in the game here for this 1st and 10 play to start the second quarter.
Grove City now left to right to begin this second quarter. Tamburino settling in the backfield. Pfeiffer, play action. Going to stand tall in the pocket. Going to take a deep shot downfield for Sullivan, and it's just off his hands and incomplete at the 12-yard line.
Good throw down there. It was good coverage by the cornerback Shamar Wynn downfield for Allegheny. Pass just maybe just a tick long. Sullivan, a diving attempt. It lands incomplete. And again, the Wolverines now have the wind at their back. Perhaps the wind affecting that throw just a little bit. We saw last week at Geneva the wind affecting some throws early on from Pfeiffer till he was able to get the calibrated.
Sullivan's been that big play receiver, averaging over 26 yards a catch on the year. 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line. They're going to run it with Ian Demary again. And Demary's going to pick up 2. It brings up a 3rd down and 8. So Demary picks up a couple. It brings up a 3rd down and long. He's going to stay in here for 3rd down with trips to the left and a single receiver to the right side. Play clock now down under 15 seconds as the Wolverines turn back to the line of scrimmage. Pfeiffer takes the snap. He's going to run it right up the middle. Quarterback keeps it. Pfeiffer has a 1st down, and he's upended across the 40 and down to about the 37-yard line.
Key block by Ian Demary, the lead block, as he just kicked out the linebacker, Travis Deere. And Pfeiffer saying, hey, Jack Johnson, you can run for the 1st down on 3rd down. So can I. Nice play call by the Wolverines. New set of downs. Wolverines are 2 for 2 on 3rd down.
Clayton Parrish out of West Middlesex High School checks into the backfield. Single receivers to each side of the formation. Both fullbacks in the backfield. Play action. Pfeiffer to throw. Looks for Frazier, who had to come back to the football, and he made the catch. Was able to drag a foot to stay in bounds. It's another Wolverine 1st down.
He's 6'4". That's 76 inches, and he needed every last one of those 76 inches to get his toe in. But to that time, Allegheny had all 11 men within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. Man coverage on the outside. Perfect throw and catch.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at the Allegheny 26-yard line. Clayton Parrish gets the carry, and Parrish is going to be bottled up right at the line of scrimmage and brought down for no gain. It's 2nd down and 10.
David Marquez, the reserve defensive lineman, in on the tackle there. Not often you see Clayton go to the spin move and it not be successful, but that time Marquez did a good job of able to slow his momentum and hold him to no gain.
Ian Demary, the sophomore, back in the backfield. Check in with the play call on the sidelines with the cards going up. 2nd and 10 from the 26, 12:30 to play 1st half. 14-0 Wolverines. Demary gets the handoff. Demary lowers the shoulder. He's going to power forward just shy of another Wolverine 1st down. He'll pick up a little more than 9 yards.
The helmet came out, so he'll have to come out for a player. Helmet came off. But Ian Demary, tough running, going right up the middle behind the guards, Nate Brady and Vinny Lepre, center Brady Brungard. Just doing a good job up front. Working against the nose tackle, the undersized nose guard, Michael Shank in there, 5'9", 215 out of Sarah Catholic.
Wolverines shuffle the offensive line. Play clock just underway at 23 seconds. Parrish, single back, is in the backfield. Clayton gets the handoff, stepped outside, stepped back inside, able to drive down to the 15-yard line and pick up the Grove City 1st down.
Yeah, good tough run from Clayton Parrish to get the 1st down.
So he will pick up the 1st down with 11:33 to play here in the 1st half. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Play clock at 20 seconds. Parrish remains the running back in the backfield with a single receiver to the outside. Clayton gets the handoff, cuts to the left side, now drives back towards the center of the field. And Parrish is going to pick up about 8.5 yards. It is 2nd down and a little bit longer than 1 yard. 11 minutes to play here in the 1st half. A 14-0 lead for Grove City. Parrish remains the running back in the backfield with a single receiver. That's Frazier out to the left side. Play clock at 15 seconds. Parrish gets the football again, tries to lower the shoulder, and Clayton's going to have the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Wolverines inside the 5-yard line.
Anthony Brunette, the number 2 fullback, leading the way through, and he was going downfield looking for somebody to block. There were no blue jerseys out there, and Clayton Parrish giving Grove City goal to go.
So first and goal, Wolverines from the Allegheny 3-yard line. Both fullbacks in the backfield. Parrish gets the handoff again, looking for the goal line. Clayton Parrish is going to be stopped at the 1-yard line. It's second and goal, and I love to see the sportsmanship. One of the linemen for Allegheny reached down and helped Brady Brungard up off the turf. That's always great to see.
It certainly is. These guys are battling, and it's a physical sport. It's a collision sport. But speaking of that, Clayton Parrish is a little bit slow to get up. He's going to have to come out for plays. They have stopped play. He's going to walk off on his own, but he'll be out for at least one play as we have the timeout on the field. And I don't know if that will become a television timeout or not here with 10:03 to go in the first half.
Red Hat staying on the sidelines as both teams have gone to their respective benches with 10:03, as you said, 10:03 to play and a second and goal from the 1-yard line coming up. Haven't seen Nico Flotti for a little while after getting a lot of work on that opening series.
Yeah, we tried to look over on the far sideline and have not been able to to locate him yet. And now with Clayton Parrish, at least out for one play, kind of flexing his looks like flexing his right leg is Clayton. So hey, Ian DeMary, you know what? It's been good. He's hot. He's good to go. He's hot. Not only he's running well, but also he's been in the game. He's not coming off the bench cold.
Pfeiffer goes up under center. Brady Brungard trying to follow Brady into the end zone. And he's going to come up just a bit shy again. It's going to bring up a third down and goal from the 1.
Yeah, no push at all that time for the Wolverines. Allegheny doing a good job of not only battling to a stalemate, but actually winning. A rare instance where Grove City does not win the line of scrimmage in these short yardage situations.
Nigel Williams, number 79. Filling that gap in the middle of their defensive line.
325. That's a big guy to try and root out of there.
Mary remains the running back. Pfeiffer again goes under center. Sends Tamburino in motion. Gives it to DeMary. He'll score, but there is a flag on the play.
It's going to be illegal shift. Ian DeMary was moving while Tamburino went in motion, and neither man reset, and that's going to cost the Wolverines the touchdown. It'll now be third and goal at the 6. And that was a pretty obvious call. DeMary just aligned. He didn't move much, but he moved. And you can't do that when somebody else is moving. And it will now be third and goal back at the 6.
Somebody listening and watching say, well, he barely moved, but it's that lean forward it's going to get the flag.
Well, and he moved his feet, too. He also he moved the whole operation. He moved. Again, didn't move much, but he moved.
Clayton Parrish back in the game at the running back spot for the Wolverines on third and goal from the 6-yard line. Fake to Parrish, looking for Frazier in the back of the end zone, and that pass is going to be a little too tall for Frazier and incomplete, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, I think I thought first the official was going to reach for his flag. I saw him reaching his waistband. They said incomplete. Vital Joseph, the safety over there in coverage, 6'1", 185. Right now, Grove City fourth and goal at the 6, and here comes the field goal unit. And I like this decision. You make the get the field goal here, get up 3 scores. If you go for it and you don't score, you give Allegheny some momentum, but a chance here to add to the lead.
Keekly on the year, 3 of 5 in field goal attempts. They long of 41 yards. This will be about a 23-yard attempt. Botwell to snap it. Gutierrez to hold. Good snap and a hold. Keekly's kick on the way, and his kick is good. So the strong sophomore season for Caleb Keekly continues as he connects on his 4th field goal and gives Grove City a 17-0 lead with 8:55 to play here in the first half. And we're back after a quick break on the Wolverine Sports Network in Western Reserve Radio.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825 or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
8:55 to play here in the opening half of action. Grove City 17-0 lead over the Allegheny Alligators as Caleb Keekley connecting on his 4th field goal of the season. And you go into the year wondering, you graduate a punter, you graduate a kicker, but the young guys have stepped in and played exceptionally well.
They certainly have. You mentioned Nick Morrow, 5-year guy at kicker. Of course, a lot of big kicks in his career. And so you're like, okay, how do you replace him? Caleb Keekley was the kickoff man last year. Seamless. Punting game. Jared Custer graduating. In steps Daniel Barabay. He's been top notch as well. The Wolverine special teams this year, kicking, punting, returns, coverage, protection. They have all been excellent under the tutelage of veteran special teams coach Bill Brest.
And that's something we talked about depth earlier. When you think about depth, you don't always think about the kick game, but the players that gained experience as underclassmen, as freshmen, developing in practice, and when it's time to take the big stage, they've done well.
Absolutely. It's an opportunity for guys to get on the field. You look at guys out there in this kick unit now, such as Michael Walliser, Seth Rosenberry, Keegan Frazier, Jack Steinmetz, Shea Aiken. We can name all these guys out there, and they are backbone guys, glue guys.
Keekley's kick end over end, back to about the 7-yard line. Across the 15, 20, 25, 30. Still on his feet across the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Nick Heltzel, the sophomore cornerback, another guy that's been cutting his teeth on special teams in recent weeks, makes the tackle, and the flag is going to wipe out part of the run back. It's a hold. Of course, right as that lane opened up, I thought I put the whammy on the Wolverines, talking about the great coverage, and there was a pretty good lane opening up, but in part due to the holding penalty. So Allegheny's going to start this drive in the neighborhood of the 20-yard line.
So back up the Alligators with 8:49 to play here in our first half of action, and it's already been a busy day in Wolverine sports.
Yeah, it has. A Grove City volleyball team winning today 3-0 over Franciscan. Good win for the Wolverines. 25-19, 25-22, 25-9. So they're now 16-7 overall. Women's soccer winning at Bethany last night, 4-0. We'll talk more about all that at halftime.
Johnson takes the snap, going to swing the ball out into the flat to Miller, who made the catch, and Miller's able to get down to about the 25-yard line. Dave and I were down on the field prior to the game, had a chance to talk to Coach DiDonato briefly. He asked me, 1, if you were at volleyball, and 2, if we won. And when I told him yes on both of them in straight sets, he went happily into the locker room.
Well, that's good. And he knows, hey, the standard's high. And right now the Wolverines, it's not straight sets, but they're up 17-0, a 3-score lead. But and think of football, you don't have to win by 2, which has been important for the Wolverines at times over the years. But good start here today.
Johnson faces a 2nd down and 5 as he goes back to throw, fires downfield. Receiver makes a catch, stays on his feet across the 30 and out to the 32-yard line. That's the tight end, Austin Williams, out of Warsaw, New York, with his 32nd catch of the year.
6'5", 225, listed as a tight end, but he's a receiver in a tight end body. Plays receiver. He's good out in space, kind of the you think back, of course, the classic example all time in football would be like a Kellen Winslow or Antonio Gates. He's more of that as opposed to like an inline blocker, but that does a nice job. Good possession receiver and converts the first down for Allegheny. The 6th first down of the afternoon for the Gators.
Twins to the right, twins to the left side. Johnson in the backfield. Wolverines showing some pressure. Play clock down under 10 seconds. They are going to run it on first down, and it's a wall of Wolverine defenders there to make the play, led by Kobe Bonanno, the junior nose tackle.
Kobe Bonanno in there. Jordan Karcheski, the sophomore end from Central Valley in there. Also, then Jason Minch from the backside. He came. It wasn't a pass blitz. It was a run blitz, and he filled the gap there too and brought him down. A good job by those 3 guys combining. Bonanno and Karcheski, both first year as starters. We saw a lot of Kobe the last 2 years. Karcheski played sparingly last year, but those guys, they have really stepped it up this year and helped this Grove City defensive line become a very, very fine unit.
2nd and 10. Johnson back to throw. Try to set up the screen and all kinds of pressure on him. Forced the pass to be thrown early and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Johnson having to drift backwards. And as you said, that pressure on the screen, you want to let the rush come through. But Johnson's thinking, that's a little bit too soon. He was kind of off his back foot. Miller had a couple of blockers in front of him. It looked like it would have certainly been a nice pickup for Allegheny, but the pressure gets there too soon, and it's now 3rd and 10 Wolverines going to the pass rush package. Joseph Semelka checking in. Bonanno and Karcheski out. Cole DeFilippo in at linebacker.
3rd and 10 from the 32-yard line. 2 receivers to each side. Play clock down to 2. They snap it with 1. Johnson back to throw. Rolling out to the outside. Trying to throw off the back foot. That pass floats incomplete and out of bounds. As they had Austin Williams completely blanketed on that play, and it brings up 4th down.
A couple of defenders there and the sideline. Johnson rolling left, throwing back across his body. Bryce Spolnick, again, good coverage. He was double-teamed inside. Running back chipped on him as well. He fought through it and still able to get the pressure and force Johnson to throw it downfield. Incomplete. So Brinsick the punt. First punt of the game. Remember, Brinsick is the backup quarterback. Probably not a fake situation here, but file that away, Mark.
So he will drop back to punt the football away. Gets the kick away. End over end. Dunlap going to let this roll. This is going to take a great Allegheny roll and come to a stop right at about the 11-yard line.
It looked like it was going to go out of bounds at about the 27, 28-yard line. It looked like the sideline. It was almost, if you think the visual of a bowling ball in a gutter, how it just goes along a line. That's what did along the sideline, then drifted back towards the numbers. So Brinsick didn't have a lot of hang time on it, but he has pinned the Wolverines back at the 11-yard line, 57 yards, a net of 57. So a long field for Grove City. The Wolverines certainly benefited from some good to great field position today. This not good field position.
1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Pfeiffer going to work out of the pistol. Single running back behind him. 2 receivers to the left. They will give it on a 1st down to that running back. Was able to lower the shoulder across the 15 and down to the 16-yard line. Another carry for Ian DeMary.
Ian DeMary's 4th carry of the afternoon, and he'll pick up 7 there. So 30 yards on 4 carries for the sophomore from Penn Trafford.
So 2nd down and 3. Ball at the 18-yard line. 6:05 to play. They will run it again. This time, not quite as much room as he is going to be knocked out at the 20-yard line. Short gain, going to bring up a 3rd down and a long 2.
And the nose tackle, Williams, the 325-pounder, lost his helmet. He has to come out. Now, the backup nose tackle for Allegheny is Michael Schenk. He's 215. That's a pretty big difference. I have to think the Wolverines are 3rd and 2. You want to go right at the undersized nose man. Brady Brungard goes about 290. I like that I like that edge if you're the Wolverines.
Clayton Parrish back into the backfield for the Wolverines. So 3rd down and 3. Give it to DeMary. He'll have the 1st down across the 25-yard line. And all the way out close to the 27-yard line. Sophomore getting some work and producing.
Parrish on the run that time. Running like how DeMary has run, but going off the right side. Good job of the right side of the line to wash down and give that lane for Clayton Parrish. The Wolverines getting out from their own goal line with the 1st down out to the 27, 28-yard line. Called to 27. But important to get that first down when you're pinned back in your own end.
1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. We go under 5 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Pfeiffer to throw it with time. Looking for Frazier. Frazier made the catch over the shoulder across the 45-yard line. Looked like he was held in the process and still made the play.
Vital Joseph, who's the strong safety, matched up on him, grabbed him by the front. He turned his jersey into a V-neck, and Frazier able to get past him and make the catch. And interesting, having Joseph, the strong safety, matching up on Frazier out there. I mean, he's shadowing him. He'll come to the near side now. You have to like that that edge for the Wolverines. Joseph's a good defensive back, but he's a safety by trade, not a corner.
Right. We got that update right before the game. He rotated over to corner because of some injuries today. So they will run it on 1st down. DeMary bottled up right at the line. No gain. 2nd down and 10.
Shamar Nguyen up in run support that time for the defensive backfield, and no gain on the play.
Clock rolling down to 4 minutes to play here in the first half. One receiver to the left, two to the right side. DeMary remains the tailback, a couple yards behind Logan Pfeiffer.
You think about, of course, moving guys around. Joseph going from safety to corner. Then you have a backup in at safety. Just, that Allegheny secondary, that's, not what they've traditionally deployed here in 2023.
Pfeiffer to throw it. Has time in a pocket. Now he steps up, tries to flip it downfield, and almost threw it to one of the linebackers who was roaming downfield. And that hit the turf. Look at it. Fletcher Hammond, the linebacker, had a chance to make a play.
Yeah, Hammond, the long, angular linebacker, 6'2", 190, has those high socks on his leg. His legs look like he makes him about 6'8", but he was ranging out there, and Pfeiffer was being pursued by Chase Smith. Chase was appropriate there, certainly. Pfeiffer able to get it away, but it's third down. Wolverines are 4 of 6 on third down today.
Single receiver left, trips to the right side. DeMary, the tailback, behind Pfeiffer, who drops to throw. Stepping up into the pocket, going to try and flip the ball downfield. And that pass falls incomplete and brings up fourth down.
Intended for Frazier. He lost his footing, and Vital Joseph was in position, and he lost his footing also, trying to make he had a shot at the interception, but both guys losing their footing on the far side, and the Wolverines will punt it away. Bearabay on to kick, but a good job of the Wolverines to flip field position, taking over at the 11, taking the ball past midfield to the Allegheny 41.
CJ Otwell, the senior out of Laurel, Delaware, to snap the football. Daniel Bearabay averaging 37.5 yards per kick. Good snap. Bearabay gets away with a nice high kick and a fair catch called for and made right around the 10-yard line. And a nice job on the high punt. Let the coverage team get down and force the fair catch.
Yeah, when you look at the Bearabay's average, it's not going to wow you, but how many times has he punted at midfield or beyond midfield this year? He's punting from the 41. You don't want a 42-yard punt there. Nice job, get the 30-yarder, hang time, a net, and now it's Allegheny taking over at its own 10, 11-yard line. 3:20 to go in the half. Each team with all 3 timeouts, but a chance here. If you're Grove City, get a 3 and out, get the ball back, good field position with ample time.
It's been an interesting first half. The Wolverines have had to go a little bit deeper into that running back room here this afternoon with this late 4:05 start. And some of the young guys, like we have seen, step it up.
Yeah, Ian DeMary doing a good job, carrying the football today. Nico Flatty, 9 carries, 83 yards early on. We have not seen Nico here as of late. We will look to try to get an update at halftime on him. But with DeMary and then Clayton Parrish sharing the load, Wolverines, the ground game, 153 yards in the first half for Grove City, an average of 6.7 per game. Grove City, 23 rushing plays, 6 pass plays. And, you think about in football at all levels. We see it on Friday nights these days, certainly tomorrow when you watch the professional games, and any game that you watch or listen to at the college ranks, people throwing the ball all over the place. But being able to run the ball is so paramount to success in football, and the Wolverines have done that today, and they've done it all season. You have the leading rusher in the league, Nico Flatty, and so far today, the Wolverines have been able to establish the run, which was priority 1 coming in.
So off the timeout, 1st and 10 for the Alligators from their 11-yard line. Wind the clock, and we're ready to get back to action. And we got some movement up front, and going to get a defensive encroachment on Grove City. That'll be an easy 5 yards for the Alligators.
A couple of guys jumped into the neutral zone, and then Seth Jones, the right tackle, he just did the old, kind of wiggle your torso and get everybody's attention, and gets Allegheny a free 5 and a little bit further away from the Gator goal line.
2 receivers to each side. Senior quarterback Jack Johnson out of Hingham, Massachusetts. No clap, take the high snap, look to throw, fires the pass out, and it's broken up nicely. As the Grove City corner closing on the play, able to knock that football away is Dom Magliacco.
Magliacco read that well, looking for Williams, the tight end, out on the flat route, and then that ball hung up a little bit. Of course, Allegheny going into the wind, and Johnson a strong arm, but that one didn't have a whole lot on it, and Magliacco was a half step away for making this 23-0.
You're looking for that third interception on the season for Dom Magliacco. So 2nd down and 5. Johnson going to go under center this time. Sends a man in motion, gives it to him on the sweep to the outside, and the Wolverines not fooled at all on that play, able to slide up and make the tackle. Like Trevor Beck coming up to make the stop.
Beck, the free safety. They went to the jet sweep with Dursey. You had to think something wonky was upcoming because they went under center for the first time, and the Wolverines were not fooled at all, trying to get outside with Dursey, but Trevor Beck, much like he did against Geneva last week on those perimeter runs, getting downhill, the proper angle, and a good tackle in the open field. Dursey, who's slippery, gets no gain.
3rd down and 5 from the 16-yard line. We approach 2.5 minutes to play here in the first half. A 17-0 lead for the Wolverines. Johnson claps, takes the snap, 2-step drops, going to fire this pass over the middle. And it's going to be caught and then immediately tackled, and it's going to bring up 4th down for the Alligators.
Good job by Jason Minch. Open field tackle on Dursey to bring him down. And Grove City now will take one of those 3 timeouts. So it'll be 4th down and a full yard. They'll have to put about 8 or 9 seconds on the clock. It's still running. Grove City asked for timeout at about the 2:18 mark. Referee P.D. Harris, I think, will ask for a clock correction.
So that will add the extra time to the clock and bring up a 4th and 1. And I haven't seen a lot of it this year, but you wonder, do you be a little aggressive to maybe try to come after this punt? They have had one block this year.
Yeah, that's it. The Wolverines have come close on a few. I think, though, in this case, Mark, I think set up for the return. With here 2 minutes to go in the half, you don't want to do anything that could give Allegheny some life. Even if, let's say, Burnson gets a hold of one, Wolverines still should come out of, have field position, let's say 35, 40-yard line at minimum. I would be surprised if they go with the all-out rush here. But we'll wait and see what they elect to do here. But I think you set up the return here, look to get the ball close to midfield, give your offense 2 minutes with which to work, and you still have 2 timeouts also. Ample time. Of course, you can also stop the clock on offense as well, but getting out of bounds, stops on the first downs, the spike, of course. But we'll see what the Wolverines elect to do.
So off the timeout, it brings up 4th down and 1. Brunsick to punt, averaging 35.2, the long of 54.
He's kicking into the wind, remember, Mark.
Dunlap at his 45-yard line. Snap away. Brunsick's kick is high. Dunlap makes the catch, lost the football, and he fell right on top of it. Made the smart play to not try and advance the ball, but just maintain possession for the Wolverine offense with 2:09 to play here in the half.
Yeah, you can see, again, the wind, that kick, it just died, and Dunlap misjudged it a bit, hit off his fingertips, did a good job of just making sure it fall on it, maintain possession, and Grove City will have it at the 48-yard line. Again, the wind at Grove City's back, so field goal range probably extended out. The Wolverines, they're thinking 6 here.
1st and 10 from the 48. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. They will run the ball on 1st down with Ian Demiri. And Demiri got about 1 yard before being knocked to the turf to the 49-yard line. It's 2nd and 9.
Not much push there that time. Good job by the Allegheny front 3 to win the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9 from the 49-yard line. 1:40 to play. Clock rolling here in the first half. Pfeiffer takes the snap. Looking for Frazier. Frazier got thrown out of the way of that pass, and then the flag came out from the backside of the play. It'll be a pass interference penalty coming up on the Alligators.
Yeah, earlier, Joseph had 1 handful of jersey. That time he had 2. And pretty easy call out there. The official, that flag flying, so it'll be a spot foul. Either way, it's a new set of downs for Grove City now at the Allegheny 41. But sometimes, you throw it up, and you get a call. And that's exactly what happened there, drawing the penalty.
Single receiver to the left. That is Frazier. To Lenhart, Heckathorn, and Sullivan. Split out to the right side. Pfeiffer takes the snap, drops back to throw, steps into a deep ball for Heckathorn, who makes the catch at the 10 to the 5, looking for the goal line, and he stepped out of bounds near the 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Wolverines.
What a beautiful route combo. Ryan Lenhart, the post. Heckathorn going right down the field, matched up man for man with Shamar Wynn. Heckathorn, too big, too strong, makes the catch and takes Wynn for about an 8-yard ride down to the 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
Heckathorn's 14th grab of the season sets up Grove City at the 2-yard line with 1:24 to play in the half. Both fullbacks in the backfield. Pfeiffer now going to go under center with Parrish, the tailback. Tamburino in motion. Parrish gets the stretch handoff, looking for the goal line, and he's going to be stopped at the 1-yard line. It's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Obviously, you would love to score on that play. You don't want to take any chances here, but you get a yard and you're able to burn up a little bit more clock here before halftime. So we have a minute to go. That's, a bit of a silver lining. The 2nd goal at the 1 again. It's wet. You always worry about the exchange, whether it's center quarterback, running back.
Shuffle the offensive line. Pfeiffer under center, Brady Brungard. Since Tamburino in motion. Again, same stretch handoff to Parrish. And this time, he will walk in from 1 yard out for the Wolverine touchdown. His 2nd of the day and his 8th of the season.
How about the left side of that line? Dalton for the left tackle out there, then Tamburino and Brunette leading the way. Parrish, now 46 career touchdowns, number 3 all-time at Grove City. Moving on up, the Wolverines extend the lead to 23-0. So key exchange here. The Wolverines flip field position after the good Brinsick punt. Eventually, as it plays out after an exchange of punts, Wolverines punch it in the final minute of the half.
Kuechly on for the extra point, knocks it up and through. And with 35.2 seconds to go in the half, the Wolverine lead is now at 24-0. And Clayton Parrish, we mentioned it in the pregame. It's a kind of Clayton Parrish kind of afternoon.
It certainly is. This is fullback weather. And, Clayton Parrish is a fullback. He's the old style fullback, the days of yesteryear. But of course, at 225, tough runner. You look at him, you'd expect he'd be the guy whose jersey just be caked in mud and grass head to toe. Don't get that on the artificial turf these days. And I know equipment manager Don Makepeace appreciates that. But this is Clayton Parrish type weather. Backs like that big, strong, powerful back. And of course, and Clayton can go too. He's not a plotter. He can go. Certainly, we saw him in the open field last week at Geneva. We've seen that in the past. When he gets out in the open, he can really go. But those tough yards between the tackles in cold, damp weather, he's the prototype.
So Kuechly ready to kick the football away with Dursey back deep for the Alligators. Allegheny will get the football to begin our 3rd quarter. Kuechly kicking with the wind. High end over end kick. Back to the 5 and a fair catch made there. So no time runs off the clock at 35.2. And Allegheny will have a chance to do something offensively. We'll see just how aggressive they are with 3 timeouts and 35 seconds to go.
It's a bit of a conundrum, for Allegheny. 35 seconds, but you do have 3 timeouts. At least try to get a first down here. Maybe you get the ball towards midfield. You can take a shot to the end zone. But it's also kind of a danger time. I would expect maybe a draw or screen here on first down.
2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Jack Johnson. Laps takes the snap. He will hand it off to Miller. And Miller's going to gain just about a yard.
Bryce Spolnick right at the point of attack again. He has been all over the place on that offensive line. And appears that Allegheny is content to go to the locker room and regroup.
So our final 10 seconds of the first half will work their way off the clock, and both teams a chance to warm up, dry off, and head to the locker room as we have come to the end of the first half. At the break, it is Grove City 24, Allegheny 0. We'll step aside for a break, come back and have halftime on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio. Accidents happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specializing in windshield replacement and all other auto glass, we offer a full range of automotive glass repairs. Our technicians can do everything from minor chip repair to a complete replacement. Your windows don't go up or down, they can fix that too, along with custom glass work and antiques. Repair That Glass is a family-run business for over 40 years. Repair That Glass. Call for your appointment now at 330-534-3192.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
With over 30 years of experience, Madurix Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333.
If you are seeking a skilled photographer in Northeast Ohio with experience in capturing documentary-style photographs for various occasions such as family events, weddings, graduations, sporting events, and other special occasions, look no further than Colleen Moore Photography. Accessible via ColleenMoorePhotography.com, or she can be reached at 330-314-7547.
SNK, painting your house today. SNK, painting your house.
SNK Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solutions. Call SNK Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910.
SNK, painting your house today.
And we're back here in Meadville, the Tool City Frank B. Fuhrer Field. Halftime, and the Grove City College Wolverines have a 24-0 lead on Allegheny. I'm Ryan Briggs. Mark Means will be rejoining us in a few moments. Dave Ferris, our on-site engineer today here at Meadville. And the Wolverines, well, they have engineered a pretty good first half of football, leading 24-0 here at the break. Grove City took the opening drive of the game and punched it in from 9 yards out at the 12:01 mark as Nico Flatty scored from 9 yards out to make it 6-0. Caleb Keekley with the first of his 3 extra points, and Grove City had a 7-0 lead. Allegheny, a promising drive into Grove City territory, but a strip, Ben Bladel stripped quarterback Jack Johnson in Grove City territory. The ball was knocked and batted and kicked and squirted around all the way back to the Grove City 37. That's where Ryan Fleming finally was able to recover it for Grove City. Wolverines setting up shop at the 37. And at the 5:22 mark, Clayton Parrish scored from 6 yards out. Keekley's conversion made it 14-0. And that was our score at the end of the opening quarter. In the second quarter, Grove City had goal to go at the 1. A penalty wiped out a touchdown. Wolverines ended up having to settle for 3. Caleb Keekley drilled a 23-yard field goal at the 8:55 mark. That made it 17-0. We had an exchange of punts in there. Grove City had been pinned back at its own 11, drove past midfield, punted, pinned Allegheny deep. Allegheny had to punt. Grove City took over at its own 48. And it's Clayton Parrish scoring with 35 seconds to go in the first half to make it 24-0. That is our halftime score. In the first half, Grove City, 156 rushing yards, 99 receiving yards, 99 passing yards, either way you want to slice it, 255 yards on 36 plays. The Wolverines with 16 first downs. Allegheny with -7 rushing yards. Granted, Allegheny lost about 38, 39 yards on that strip sack fumble play, but the Allegheny in the red in terms of rushing yardage, 75 passing yards. The Gators, 68 total yards on 26 offensive plays. Allegheny with 6 first downs. For Grove City quarterback Logan Pfeiffer, 4 of 9 for 99 yards. Scott Frazier, 3 catches for 60 yards. Ryan Heckathorn with a 39-yard reception. On the ground, Nico Flatty, 9 carries, 83 yards and a touchdown. We did not see Nico in the second quarter, however. Ian DeMary came on. He ran 7 times for 33 yards. Clayton Parrish, 9 attempts for 31 yards and a pair of scores. Logan Pfeiffer, 2 carries for 9 yards. On the Allegheny side, Jack Johnson, 9 of 16 for 75 yards. Kerry Miller, 7 carries, 7 yards. He's the leading ground gainer for the Gators. Ian Dursey ran once, no gain. And Johnson, thanks in part to the 39-yard loss on the sack and fumble, 2 carries, -14 yards. Ian Dursey, leading the way, 3 catches, 25 yards. Austin Williams, the tight end, 2 catches, 22 yards. Kerry Miller, 2 for 17. Curtis Noblock, 1 catch, 6 yards. Declan O'Brien, 1 catch for 5 yards. The Wolverines have been able to keep the leading pass catcher in Division III under wraps in the first half. 1 catch for 5 yards. As we said, Blado with a sack and forced fumble. The fumble recovery by Ryan Fleming. Halftime in Meadville. Grove City on top, 24-0. When we come back, Mark will rejoin us. We'll talk Wolverine sports and a whole bunch more. This is Grove City College football on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut French fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at jessesdairycove.com to see our menu. At Jesse's Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business.
W&M Quality Roofing, LLC is an insured and bonded Mahoning Valley family-owned roofing business. At W&M, we treat your roof and home as if it's our very own. Give us a call at 330-647-0610 for a free estimate. Did you get damage from the latest storm? We also offer financing and specialists for insurance claims. For professional and efficient service, call W&M Quality Roofing at 330-647-0610.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Ina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825, or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Clark Cup champion!
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey. high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825 or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Experience nature's bounty with Creation's Backyard. Elevate your health with the most nutrient-dense foods on earth. From farm to table, sustainably cultivated with care. Grown locally in Niles, Ohio with no chemicals or synthetics ever. Unlock your culinary creativity with Creation Backyard Microgreens. Convenient local delivery and pickup options available. Order now at creationsbackyard.com or call 330-282-7208.
Halftime continues here on the Wolverine Sports Network in Western Reserve Radio with a 24-point lead for Grove City here at the half, 24-0 over Allegheny. And a busy week in Grove City athletics wrapping up today.
Yes, certainly, Mark. A lot going on, not only today, but throughout this past week. And we'll start on the volleyball court. A 3-match week for the Wolverines, and finishing up on a high note today, Grove City in the Grove City College Arena, sweeping Franciscan today, 25-18, 25-22, 25-9. The Wolverines really kicked it in gear in the third set. Anna DeGraff, the senior from Seneca Valley, 12 kills on 24 attacks today. No errors for her. She leads the PAC in hitting percentage. That's kind of like batting average, Mark. I know I can put it in terms you understand.
That makes it much easier.
She was entered the week in the top 15 in the country in that category. Also, she did nothing to hurt that today. 7 kills also for a couple of really good-looking freshmen, Alexis Stanford and Elena Dorst. And then Grace Kim and Eloise Sutter, a couple of seniors with 6 kills each. As the Wolverines go to 16-8 overall, 2-3 in the PAC. Earlier in the week, the Wolverines, a couple of very tough 5-set setbacks at Westminster, dropping the fifth one 15-13. And then Thursday night, falling to W&J in 5. But the Wolverines get back on the beam today. They'll be at St. Vincent Wednesday in a big match. PAC volleyball this year, Mark, you talk about parity. There are going to be a couple of pretty good teams that don't get into the 6-team tournament. And whatever 6 get in, any one of the 6 can win it. I mean, it is about as balanced as it gets, 1 through 11 this year in PAC volleyball. That's if you can predict that, predicting that's like predicting the lottery. It's every night you just never know what's going to happen because the teams are so balanced in PAC volleyball. PAC women's soccer, the pace setter continues to be Grove City. Grove City goes to 6-0-1 in the PAC. 4-0 win last night at Bethany. Emma Herman with a hat trick, a natural hat trick. 3 goals in the first half. She scored 3 goals in about a span of about 10 minutes or so. And then it was Erin Venus, the junior from Medina, scoring in the second half off an assist from Natalie Merrick, her classmate. Natalie does some work for us in the press box in lacrosse season, also does some basketball stuff. So Natalie's on the payroll for that. But good Natalie Merrick, a 3-game point streak now for Grove City. Emma Herman, the hat trick, first hat trick for the Wolverines in 4 years. She now has 12 goals this year. Wolverines are 6-0-1. They have a big one Wednesday night at Waynesburg. Waynesburg, coached by Grove City alum George DiAugustino, who was called him George the Animal when he was at for George the Animal Steele, the old pro wrestler. Mike Dries gave him that nickname. But anyway, Waynesburg's women's soccer team having a great year. That'll be an 8 o'clock start for the Wolverine women's soccer team down in Greene County on Wednesday night. The Grove City men's soccer team in action tonight at Bethany. Wolverines, the offense has gone a little bit cold the last couple of games. Grove City going down to Bethany. Bison are always tough at home in those Saturday night matches at Bison Stadium. 7 o'clock start for that. So when we wrap up here, you can go to athletics.gcc.edu, click on the video, and check out that soccer match. The Grove City women's tennis team will be the number 2 seed in the PAC tournament coming up this week. It means the Wolverines have a bye in the quarterfinals. They'll host the semifinal Thursday. They'll take on either number 3 or number 6. The rest of the pairings sifting out this weekend, but Grove City has a bye. 7-1 on the PAC. Wolverines, they'd love another crack at Allegheny, who's the top seed. Allegheny winning here a couple weeks ago, 7-2, in a match much closer than that final score might indicate. A lot of tight matches throughout, and that is coming up. The championship would be next Saturday, but work to do for both programs, certainly, especially for Grove City, hosting that semifinal on Thursday. Cross-country teams, they are off this week. They're doing their final prep, getting ready for the PAC championships, which are in 2 weeks at Teal College in Greenville. I believe a noon start for the Harriers as they run there. Golf teams, they will have PAC fall championships coming up Monday and Tuesday over in the Howland, Ohio, Vienna area at Avalon Lakes and Squaw Creek. So they'll have the 36 holes now and then 36 more in the spring. And the swimming and diving teams, they got things going this year. Today with the Grove City Fall Classic, hosting Penn State Barron. Grove City winning both. They swim a lot of events in this. I mean, it's just about everybody's getting times. It's really a great opening meet. Barron, a very strong program. The women's team winning 12:42.5 to 11:57.5. And the men winning 15:12 to 9:43. Those look like bowling team scores. It's not a typical dual meet. It's scored like a championship. So if you win, you get 20 points and so forth. And there are a lot of events, and you can rack up a lot of points in one go round. Certainly, one or two events. But you want to check out the results, you can go to athletics.gcc.edu. We don't have time to go through all the results, but a great start for the swimming and diving teams. The swimming and diving teams, their previews, by the way, video and written, online, athletics.gcc.edu. Encourage people to check those out. Basketball teams begin practice in full on Monday, so very excited for that. They'll be putting the ball in the air in a few weeks upcoming. And I think I covered everything, Mark. Did we forget anybody? We got cross country, golf, soccer, swimming, tennis, volleyball, and of course here at the half, football on top, 24-0.
That'll give us a chance to step away for another timeout. When we come back, we will get you set for the start of the third quarter. At the half, Grove City leading Allegheny 24-0 on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football. Or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football. Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. Ina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut French fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at jessesdairycove.com to see our menu. At Jesse's Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business.
SNK, painting your house today. SNK,
S&K Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solutions. Call S&K Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910. W&M Quality Roofing, LLC is an insured and bonded Mahoning Valley family-owned roofing business. At W&M, we treat your roof and home as if it's our very own. Give us a call at 330-647-0610 for a free estimate. Did you get damage from the latest storm? We also offer financing and specialists for insurance claims. For professional and efficient service, call W&M Quality Roofing at 330-647-0610.
Wrapping up our halftime show here in Allegheny, at Allegheny College in Meadville, I should say, as we look around the PAC scoreboard.
Yeah, we're like the West Coast game. The 4:00 game today. Everything else complete. Geneva defeats Teal today, 20-9 in Greenville. Waynesburg University gets into the win column, 24-zip over St. Vincent. We'll see the Bearcats next week. They've been shut out back-to-back weeks, as has St. Vincent. Carnegie Mellon, 41-7 win at Bethany. And Case Western defeats Westminster today, 31-6. So W&J, the open date. So W&J, CMU, Case, all still just with one loss, keeping the heat on the Wolverines, who are, of course, leading the league.
We are ready to begin quarter number 3, and Kinkley's kick gets us started to begin this third quarter, drifting back inside the 10, across the 15, and down to the 16-yard line before a couple of Wolverines combine on that open field special teams tackle. That is where Allegheny begins, going right to left here in the third.
Michael Walliser, sorry, Mark, down there in kick coverage. We've said that name a lot this year. He's really become a real special teams ace for the Wolverines. And Allegheny starting at the 17. I'm sure head coach Braden Lair thinking, doggone it, we should have fair caught. We were talking about how they should have maybe tried to return earlier. They tried the return to get something going here. Instead, starting inside the 20, back at the 17.
Johnson will have two backs with him in the backfield as he works out of the pistol. Two receivers to the right and one to the left side. Johnson claps, takes the snap. He looks to throw on first down, and that pass is going to be caught and diving across the 25-yard line with the reception. That is 15 on the catch. That's Declan O'Brien.
Just his second catch of the afternoon. Of course, 66 catches coming in this year. Bowden Davidson was a half step away from maybe getting an interception there. You knew that Allegheny would want to try to get O'Brien going. As he goes, so goes this offense. Wolverines did a good job on him in the first half. Get him going early, and again, a play like that, he can catch that 8-yarder and turn it into an 80-yarder.
Second down and 1. They're going to play fake, going to look to throw. O'Brien makes the catch again. Has the first down across the 35-40. And he'll go out of bounds right near the 42-yard line. So for O'Brien, that is his 69th catch on the season.
Yeah, and if that pass is out in front of him, he might still be running. He had to stop and kind of make the catch and then restart and go. It's still a healthy gain out to the 42. So first two plays of the third quarter, Declan O'Brien. The clouds, it's been dark. It's getting even darker. The lights are taking full effect, and there appears, looking at the radar, some heavy rains approaching the Meadville metropolitan area.
Two receivers to the right, two to the left side. Johnson going to go up under center. Single back now in the backfield. Play fake. Johnson looking to throw. Feeling the pressure. He'll just unload this one incomplete. And at the end of the play, P.D. Harris, the referee, fires at a flag.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold on Seth Jones, the right tackle. His position is tackle, but in that case, it was a verb. He reached out and tackled Spolnick. So just for the second time today, Allegheny going under center. Of course, the first time they did it, they ran the jet sweep to Dursey. No gain that time, a more conventional-looking play. And Johnson flushed out of the pocket. And it's a 10-yard penalty on the hold. So Allegheny now facing 1st and 20. 5th flag of the day for the Gators for 52 yards.
O'Brien and Dursey go to the right side. Twins to the left side. Johnson working out of the pistol. Single back behind him. He'll drop to throw again. Pressured. Now he's going to roll to the right. Bladel from behind. He'll fire the pass downfield. It is caught and driving close to and past the first down marker. But there is a
past the where the drive started.
It's my fault.
That's okay. That was an unusual, kind of slow developing play. Miller on the run. Ryan Fleming gave him a pretty good shot, but Miller, he's a tough guy, low center of gravity, kept his balance and got back to penalty yardage. There's an injured Allegheny man down behind the play. It looks like it's one of the linemen who may have been just kind of caught up in the wash. And that's Liptrap, Keller Liptrap, the right guard. That's the one area. Allegheny's a little thin up front. The new head coach, Braden Layer, coming in. Their numbers up front just aren't. It's not where they're wanting to get to. They're a little young in some spots. Just don't have as much depth as they look to accumulate here in the coming years. They'll send Alex Rogowski into the game. He's listed as the backup at left guard, but he's the swing guard. He would really be their number 6 or number 7 lineman.
2nd and 9 from the 43-yard line. Johnson to throw, swings it out, and the pass is going to be caught out near the 47-yard line. It's a good gain on 2nd down, but it brings up a 3rd down facing the Alligators.
Austin Williams picking up 5 on the catch. Good drive for Allegheny so far against 24-0. But if you're Allegheny thinking we have a whole half of football, you're not going to get 24 points at once. You're not going to get probably 80, 85 yards at once. Get some first downs, move the chains, get some rhythm going. We saw a little bit of rhythm on the first drive.
Send the slot man in motion, have trips to the left side. Johnson takes the snap, looks to throw. That pass sailed a little bit, but the receiver able to back underneath it is Austin Williams to make the catch right at the first down marker, and it'll be good enough to move the chains.
Johnson, look, that one didn't come out of his hand cleanly, but Williams using his 6'5" frame. Good job. They had the outside receiver go deep. Johnson was the second of 3 receivers. He went out, and then the curl inside of that for O'Brien. Of course, O'Brien's going to get a lot of attention. Both receivers with the sticks. Johnson found his big target, Williams, on the outside, and Allegheny converts on 3rd down.
1st and 10 to the Grove City 48-yard line. 11:35, clock rolling here in the 3rd quarter. A 24-0 lead for the Wolverines.
Gators now 4-7 on 3rd down. They've done a nice job on 3rd down today.
Johnson to throw, being pressured. He is going to be hit, and he is going to be sacked by Ben Bladel. That is sack number 6 on the season for the Wolverine linebacker.
Coming off the offense's right side, going against a couple of backups over there. The right guard in there, Rogowski, and then Jones at right tackle. He beat them both. Brings down Johnson back at the 49 of Allegheny. Of course, he had the strip sack earlier, 2nd sack of the afternoon for Bladel. It puts Allegheny in 2nd and long.
2nd and 13 from their 49-yard line. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left side, 2 backs in the backfield. O'Brien was in the backfield. He'll go out into the flats, set up a screen the opposite way to Miller, who makes a catch across the 45-40, and he'll be knocked down at about the 38-yard line. Jack Jolly piling up another tackle.
Very nice play design there, creative, lining up O'Brien in the backfield, what you would call a fullback in a pistol set. He motions out to the right, to the wide side of the field, come back to the weak side with the screen. Of course, again, wherever 15 goes, Declan O'Brien, the Wolverine eyeballs are, the tendency would be follow those guys, slip it back to Miller, and he gets the 1st down to the 38-yard line. Miller, again, not the regular starter, but man, he looks like a starter.
Going to move the tight end just off the line of scrimmage to the right side as a wing. Johnson takes the snap, gives the ball to Miller. Miller's going to lower the shoulder, just get about 1 yard on that play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Ryan Fleming, who's moved to an inside linebacker position this year, coming through and cutting him down by the legs. Of course, we've talked. Coach DiDonato's talked about Ryan Fleming's development and growth from being just a pass rush specialist to an outside linebacker, now a complete 3-down inside linebacker. You saw it right there. It looks like he's played 4 years at middle linebacker.
Second down and 10. Johnson claps, takes the snap, drops to throw. Going to fire out to the flat, and the pass goes through the receiver's hands and incomplete. Looking for O'Brien on the sidelines. It brings up a third down and long. Clock rolling. Clock stopped on the incompletion at 9:20 to play here in this third quarter.
Likely 4-down situation here based on score and position as well, barring a big loss here on 3rd and 10.
Williams goes in motion from right to left, sets up in that left side slot. Johnson back to throw, going to look downfield. Receiver made a nice curl in and made the catch and has the first down at the 25-yard line. And coming up to make the catch, that's Dursey again, who's had a good afternoon.
Good protection by Allegheny. Grove City brought the 5th rusher that time. Cole DeFilippo up the middle, going what they would call, the B gap over the guard. Allegheny blocked it up well, gave Johnson time, and he found Dursey for the 3rd down conversion. Second 3rd down conversion for Allegheny. This is very reminiscent of the first drive of the game for the Gators. They had a good drive going. They were 3 for 3 for the Gators on 3rd down on that drive before the fumble. And here, opening the second half of the nice drive.
1st and 10 from the Wolverine 24-yard line. Johnson play fakes, rolling out, sets, going to try to go underneath, pass caught and quickly tackled. The receiver, Dursey, made the catch.
A good job, Allegheny, by not using O'Brien as a decoy. And the other guys around him are certainly skilled enough to make you pay. Dursey can get open. We talked about Austin Williams at 6'5", being a nice target. And as the ball's now inside the red zone, maybe you keep an eye on Williams going towards that back corner as they get close to the goal line. But they do a good job of getting O'Brien open and allowing and using O'Brien to get other people open.
2nd and 4 from the 18-yard line. Johnson claps, takes the snap, gives the ball to Miller, running right up the middle, and he's tripped up at the 15 and falls forward to about the 12-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Alligators.
5th first down of the drive for Allegheny. This will be the 12th play of the drive upcoming, and a good start, especially this drive starting back at the 17 after the meager kick return. Allegheny, again, nice drive. The pass, using the pass to set up the run.
1st and 10 from the Grove City 12-yard line with 2 receivers right, 1 to the left side. Johnson claps, gives the ball to Miller, and Miller runs into the arms of a couple of Wolverine defenders. Bryce Spolnick there with some help to make the stop.
And right into the long arms of Jordan Karcheski, the 6'4", 260-pound sophomore from Central Valley. Karcheski, what a year he's had. Just that length in there. You look at Kobe Banano, 6'3", 285. I mean, he's just stout, and then Karcheski just so long, limber, but yet very strong.
2nd down and long. We go under 7 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Johnson takes the snap, 2-step drop, fires the ball that hangs up in the air on the out, and Grove City able to knock that football away and incomplete. It seemed like that ball was in the air for a long time.
Allegheny going into the wind here in the third quarter, and Gators have been able to drive 70 yards into the wind, but you can see it affect that throw. It allowed Jason Mitch to get over and knock it away. It puts Allegheny now 3rd and 10. You wonder, Mark, if you're Allegheny, is this 2 plays to get to 10 yards? The field goal would, it would get you within 21 and just be 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points, but you've used up 8 minutes. I think this is 4-down territory for the Gators.
3rd and 10 from the 12. Miller single back in the backfield. Johnson claps, takes the snap, drops back to throw. Being pressured, he's going to be hit, and he's going to go down with another Wolverine sack all the way back to about the 18-yard line.
That may make it a 3-down situation as the field goal unit comes out. Bryce Spolnick was in there. And then Joseph Semelka finished him off. Semelka, sophomore, played guard last year, moved the defense. And, talk about a pretty good positional move. Semelka coming on as a pass rush specialist, working inside in these pass situations. And bring him down. It's going to be a loss on a 35-yard field goal upcoming into the wind.
Brunsick on the year, 2 of 3, longest only at 22 yards. This, as we said, a 35-yard attempt. Snap down, kick on the way, knuckling towards the uprights, and it is no good at the 5:58 mark here of the third quarter, and the Wolverine defense has held once again. So Grove City comes up with this stop. They will get the football back just under the 6-minute mark here of this third quarter, after the field goal drifted off and no good. Let's step aside for a break and come back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio.
With over 30 years of experience, Madurex Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333.
SNK, painting your house today. SNK, painting your house
SNK Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solution. Call SNK Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910.
SNK, painting your house today.
Off the TV timeout, it brings up a first down and 10 for the Wolverines to begin this drive, going left to right here in the third quarter. Pfeiffer takes the snap. He will hand it off on first down. And breaking free and getting to the outside. That looks like Nico Flotti back in there with the carry.
Maybe just decided to take the second quarter off. We saw him come back out at halftime with the helmet on, looking good, looking spry on that one. So you just wonder, maybe was he a little banged up or an equipment issue or something. But whatever the case is, Nico Flotti looking 100% here. He's coming out in the third quarter.
So Flotti with the first down run sets Grove City up 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Receivers to each side as Flotti gets the football again. Full head of steam running right up the middle across the 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, untouched Nico Flotti for the Wolverine touchdown.
I had somebody text me, is Nico Flotti hurt? No, he's not. 68 yards. And what a turn of events here. Allegheny, a great drive, 16-play drive to start the half. The sack on third down, the missed field goal, 2 plays later. Nico Flotti, career-long 68-yard run. Mark, he would not have been down in one-hand touch at the Means family picnic.
Nope. No one would have put a hand on Nico Flotti. And now Keekley on for the extra point. Aiden Gutierrez will hold C.J. Otwell to snap the football. Good snap. They get it down. Extra point all the way. It is up and good. 5:14 to play here in the third quarter. It is Grove City 31, and it is the Allegheny Alligator 0. We step aside for a quick break and come back on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio.
Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825 or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
5:14 to play here in this third quarter. Nico Flotti with a career-long rush for touchdown and now up over the 150-yard mark for the night.
PAC's leading rusher on the season coming in, and a good first quarter and a good third quarter. That 68-yard sprint, 158 yards on 11 carries. Grove City now 231 rushing yards as a team, with the kickoff forthcoming.
Keekley gets a foot into this one and over and going to be fielded at the 5. Straight up the field across the 10, 15. Gets a block 20, 25, outside 30, 35 before being pulled down from behind. As the Alligators had a nice lane set up to the far boundary. And a nice return gives them good field position and a Wolverine down back at the 22-yard line. A little slow to get up.
Looks like it's Ian DeMary a little bit slow getting to the far sideline down on the kick unit. Good job by kicker Caleb Keekley. Caleb did some work with the defensive backs in the spring. Now, there's not a lot of contact in the spring. You're not doing live tackling or whatever, but even in camp, he did a little bit of work there. And it wasn't just your typical, kicker just flailing away, if you will. He did a good job to bring down Dursey, who had a nice run back, but ball to 37 when it looked like he could have been off to the races.
Second tackle on the season.
You don't want your kicker making too many. And we'll take 2 over the course of 6.5 games.
1st and 10 for the Alligators from their 37-yard line. One receiver to the right, 2 to the left side, 2 backs in the backfield with Jack Johnson, the senior quarterback. Takes the snap, gives the ball to Miller, running right up the middle. And Miller's going to drive to the 40-yard line for a pickup of 3. It's 2nd down and 7. Clock rolling, 4:50 to play, 3rd quarter.
Well, I have a quick minute. I want to send out hello to a guy that we know worked in the press box a lot as a student, Dylan Kramer, back home in Delaware. He's listening today. He's driving in the first state in Delaware. Always great to hear from Dylan. Did so many great things working for us in the press box. Disappointed he graduated and moved back home to Delaware. He's just a great young man and very proud of him. And he's tuned in today, and I think he's liked what he's heard.
2nd down and 7 from the 40. Johnson to throw, rushes on. Johnson's going to take off up the middle. Almost got the ball stripped as there's a penalty flag on the play.
Wolverines tried to time the snap, and I think we're a tick early. So it's going to be 2nd and short. Occasionally, in a case like that, 2nd and 8, it's worth taking a shot. Considering with the score and what if you get that get off and make a big play here. Okay, you give a free 5 the way the Wolverine defense has been playing. It's that risk reward thing. Yes, there's some risk involved, but okay, the downside they get 5 yards. But the reward, you can make a huge play defensively. We've seen a couple of those by this Wolverine defense today.
2nd and 3 from just outside the 45-yard line. Snap, they give the ball to Miller, running to the outside and a run blitz, and they hit that timed well, and the Alligators able to pick up a 1st down, and a couple of players slowly getting up for both sides.
Hunter Palmisano, the left guard for Allegheny, a little slow getting up, and then it's Jason Minch just having to fix the right shoe. But now Palmisano goes down. That did not look good. And I think he was, at the end of the play, he was caught up in the wash as one of his teammates was finishing off a block. It was before the whistle, but hit Kobe Bonanno. He went down and caught the back of Palmisano's legs. He got up, and then he went down, and he's being helped up, but he's shaken up. He's able to walk off on his own, but he'll need a play or two. But the Wolverines, the run blitz that time, Bladel lined up at inside linebacker. He came right up the middle over the center, and Allegheny, they ran it one hole to the outside over guard instead, and they were able to get a little bit of a crease and convert the 1st down.
Temperature starting to drop, rain on the way, down to 46.
And it does not feel 46 if you're outside. It is damp. It is windy. When I think of fall in the Penn, Ohio region, Western Pennsylvania, I think of weather like this. A lot of people think of the sun and the pretty leaves and stuff. This feels like fall to me. If I may editorialize for a minute, Mark.
1st and 10 from the Allegheny 49-yard line. Johnson to throw it. Going to quickly toss downfield. Receiver makes the catch and shoved out of bounds in the Wolverine bench at the Grove City 45-yard line.
Gabe Dunlap over there on the coverage. Of course, Gabe doing just having a really good year at cornerback and kick returner. What a spring he had in track and field. All-Atlantic region champion in the decathlon. Finished 10th in the country in the javelin at the NCAA championships. And having a great senior year on the football field, both defensively. Call him in the game, it's double duty Dunlap.
2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line. Now we've got a flag and got a procedure penalty on Allegheny. Going to cost them 5, and it'll make it 2nd and 9.
You wonder, due to the injuries and some shuffling of guys around up front, maybe not as much continuity up front as Allegheny would like. So 5-yard mark off. 6th flag of the game on Allegheny for 57 yards. Grove City 5 penalties for 30.
Back to 2nd and 9, 2:54 to play, third quarter. Johnson to throw, going to fire the quick out. Pass almost intercepted and then knocked around, and it falls to the turf. Jason Minch had a hand on it, couldn't quite pull it down.
Yeah, and the ball didn't get there. It was a changeup. He expected the fastball. He jumped. He's on his way down, got his hands on it, had him on there again. Then good job by Ian Dursey, the receiver, to turn into the defensive back and knock it away. Wolverines were a whisker away from their second takeaway. Instead, it remains 3rd and 9 at midfield.
I love the leadership by Fleming there. He went over, kind of put his arm around him as they walked to the huddle, talked for a minute, try to get that confidence back up for the next snap. 3rd and 9 from midfield. Johnson to throw. Drops back, step it up. He's going to run, look for the first down. He'll have the first down as he dives across the 40. And another first down on the ground for the Alligators.
Johnson doing a nice job with his legs today. He had the big run on 3rd and 16 back in the first half, and scrambling there inside the Grove City 40 to the 38. Jack Johnson's he's going to be a tough guy for Allegheny to replace next year. Multi-year starter. He can. We've watched how he just leads this offense. You look at him. Wears number 12. Good size, strong arm. He looks like cut out of a mold for what a quarterback should look like, and he's done a really good job for the Gators all season.
1st and 10 from the Grove City 38-yard line. Johnson to throw. Fires outside. That pass broke it up and incomplete. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and a 10.
Don Magliocco. It always seems like 26 is around the football. Whether it's in the passing game, the run game, Don Magliocco everywhere. And, again, you talk about guys having a great senior year. Don Magliocco, let's remember his career. Freshman year, spring 21. Okay, so an unusual season. He gets hurt, misses fall 21. So 22, 23, 2 terrific years for Dom, one of the captains who's Grove City's rep at Media Day. Just really embodies what being a Wolverine football player is all about.
2nd and 10, high snap for Johnson, able to pull it down, give Miller the football, and he's able to fight his way forward for a couple of yards.
There's Jason Minch again. Minch, we've seen him last week, played a lot of cornerback against Geneva's triple option, can play linebacker, play safety. He's a guy who can play 6-7 positions defensively, and he plays the pass well. That time, he's also not afraid to mix it up inside. Of course, he's a lacrosse player and an all-PAC lacrosse player, so he's used to that physicality. He's also very good in space. You can see how that cross-training has benefited him in both sports.
3rd and 9 from the Grove City 37-yard line. Johnson takes another high snap, looks to throw, fires to the outside. Pass will short hop the receiver, incomplete, but there's a flag at the 45-yard line.
It's going to be on the right tackle, Seth Jones, who was beaten badly by Ben Blado, who gave him the fake outside. Then he ducked the rip move inside. Jones reached out and just got the left arm around him, keeping him from getting to Johnson. Wolverines declined the penalty, and the punt unit will come out here for Allegheny. 4th and 9 at the 37. It's again, this is where you just keep in the back of your mind, Brinsick's the backup quarterback. And the Wolverines will keep the base defense out there.
Single returner back deep at the 10-yard line. Brinsick drops back to his own 48. Play clock rolling down, approaching 12 seconds. Looping snap back to him, gets the kick away. And this one is going to hit and roll into the end zone for the touchback with 1:12 to play left here in today's third quarter.
You could tell that one come off his foot. It just you knew that one was ticketed for the end zone. He hit it a little bit too flush and went into the end zone, even going into the wind, which continues to gust. So Grove City will take over at the 20-yard line. That drive stalls out. Allegheny's moved the ball pretty well here in the second half, but no points. And in college football 2023, it's very rare for a defense just to stonewall an offense for 60 minutes. Now, again, if you have a total mismatch, okay, but Allegheny moving the ball, but Grove City doing a good job of conceding some yardage, some first downs, but keeping that nice round number on the scoreboard.
Pfeiffer to throw it on first down with time, taking a shot for Frazier downfield, and that pass broken up, incomplete, and a flag comes in from the trail official.
Flag behind the play also thrown by the referee, so perhaps offsetting penalties, but Joseph in man coverage, and he just simply never got his head around. He was draped all over Frazier to not make a play on the ball. There's also a flag in the backfield. Well, I don't know. I think they got those numbers mixed up. Yeah, it's either way, the penalty's offset. I think P.D. Harris, who, of course, we've had him a number of times over the years and really does a great job of administering a game. You're in good hands when P.D. and his crew are there, but I think they may have called the aggrieved party, the guy that was held and the guy that was interfered with. Either way, it's still first down.
So 1st and 10, back from the 20-yard line. Pfeiffer to throw it again with time. Again, looking for Frazier. Ball floats in the air. Frazier got pulled down to the turf, and 2 flags come out at the 45-yard line.
Shamar Wynn with a good form tackle downfield. Heckathorn on the deep corner route. Wynn's looking around like, what, me? But 2 flags in, and the only reason there aren't more is the other officials didn't feel like throwing theirs. But Heckathorn had him beat. So the pass interference will give Grove City 15 yards and a new set of downs out to the 35-yard line. Pfeiffer letting that one fly and letting his big guy from Blackhawk run under it. And, hey, you know what? If you're Wynn, it's not a bad penalty. Instead of giving up 35, 40 yards, it's just 15.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
Wynn's still not convinced he committed a penalty, but I think he did.
From the 35, Flotty, the running back. Tamburino goes in motion. Nico gets the handoff on first down, and he's able to get across the 40 and down to about the 41-yard line. So he's going to pick up a little more than 5. It's 2nd down and a long 4.
That'll give Nico 171 yards on a dozen carries today. I think his hat will be thrown into the ring for PAC Offensive Player of the Week.
2nd down and 4, under 30 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. Tamburino settles in the backfield. Again, they give the ball to Nico Flotty with a head of steam. And Flotty dives near the 1st down marker. Going to be about a yard shy.
Malcolm Denome, the outside linebacker, up to make the tackle. And Flotty is just shy of the 1st down stick. That's the end of the 3rd.
So we've come to the end of 3 quarters. Grove City with a 31-0 lead on the Allegheny Alligators. We're back after this break on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio.
Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. for your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Final 15 minutes put up in this one here from Allegheny, a 31-0 lead for Grove City. Facing a 3rd down and 1 to begin the fourth quarter. Grove City right to left here in the fourth. They will shuffle the offensive line. And they're going to move Heckathorn from the slot into the backfield. Low snap, give the ball to Flotty. Nico has the first down, but a flag thrown by the official right here working in front of the Allegheny bench.
Came out right at the snap. Flag still on the field at the 45, and it's going to be illegal formation on the Wolverines. Somebody was not on the line of scrimmage. Instead of the Wolverines getting first down in Allegheny territory, it's not going to be 3rd and 5.5.
Just underway here in this fourth quarter, and got an Allegheny player down at the 45-yard line. Not able to see what the number of the player is, as he was tended to from the far sidelines, and the near sidelines, pretty quickly.
He's one of the interior linemen. Allegheny has played a lot of guys today on defense, mixing and matching. Now he is up, and it's a single digit, but the jersey is kind of pulled up under it is Isaiah Romaine, the starting defensive end. So he'll be out for at least one play and fixes his jersey, and he appears to be okay. Something, Allegheny, the defensive ends, Romaine at 210, and then Josh Salisbury listed as the starter too. But other than Williams, the nose tackle, they're a little bit light up front. They're built for quickness, for speed, agility, and against a lot of teams, that's you have to have it the way that football is played. The spread, sideline to sideline, playing in space. With Grove City, as it was put rather eloquently by Westminster coach Scott Benzel, Grove City wants you to play in a phone booth.
3rd and 6 from the 39. Trips out to the right, single receiver left side.
Wolverines 4 of 8 on 3rd down, Mark.
Play clock approaching 12 seconds with Nico Flotty in the backfield. Pfeiffer takes the snap, gives the ball to Flotty. And Nico got across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. He'll be a good 2 yards shy of the first down and bring up 4th down and Barabay on to punt.
It's safe play call there. If you get 6-7 yards or more, you get the first down, but not send your punter out. Don't risk anything here. Going into the wind with a wet football, anything that could give Allegheny a spark.
So Dursey back to return the punt from Barabay. Standing at his 25-yard line. Good snap. Rush on. Barabay gets away the kick. And Dursey will fair catch it at the 31-yard line. And that's where the Alligators take over 1st and 10 with 13:54 to play in today's game.
We could really see the wind affect that kick. It came off his foot, and that trajectory, the spin or tumble, whatever you want to call it, it was funny looking. And punt return did a good job because that, again, it was sinking fast, and he wanted to preserve field position because when that thing was coming down, if it hits, it could very easily skip and go 10, 15 yards.
1st and 10. Johnson asks for the football. He will complete the pass, broke a couple of tackles, and then it is going to be Jason Minch to make the stop on the reception by the tight end Austin Williams.
Johnson took a hit from Ben Bladles right as he's letting that go. He's a little bit slow to get up. I think Johnson's going to be seeing visions of 5 and 91 tonight when he's in bed. Wolverines have been getting a lot of pressure on him. Johnson his credit, has stood in there and made some tough throws.
Christian Bolden in there in the backfield for the Alligators on 2nd and 2. He will get the handoff, lower the shoulders, and just dive into the pile. And it'll be a first down for the Alligators. They needed 2. Bolden got 3, and that'll move the chains.
Allegheny just, even with that, just 13 net yards. Now, granted, there were 39 yards lost on the fumble, but even you take that out of the equation, it's still holding Allegheny to about 50 yards rushing today. The Wolverines, they've run the football, and they've stopped the run. It's trite, it's cliche, it's football 101, it's coach speak, but it's important in college football, important at any level of football. The Wolverines have been able to do both of those today.
2 receivers to each side of the formation. Johnson back to throw. Fires the pass downfield. That's caught by O'Brien. And he's able to turn upfield, get the first down. He'll pick up 11 and move the chains.
Nice job by O'Brien. And Johnson did not have much of a window, but O'Brien just so slippery, settling down. And Johnson found his man. And the Gators get their 14th first down of the afternoon. Johnson now 20 of 32 today. So he's completed 62% of his passes, 62.5 to be precise.
Trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Johnson back to throw again, feels the pressure, rolling out, tries to just unload this one in the area of 18, looking for Austin Williams, and the incompletion will break up 2nd and 10.
Johnson had to duck out of the way of Blado, who had a great get-off, got around the right tackle, able to avoid him. Then from the backside, Bryce Sponik bearing down, and Johnson able to get that one away, incomplete. So the Wolverine pass rush, 3 sacks today and a lot of pressure, namely coming from the outside. Not as much up the middle, but coming off the edges today.
2nd and 10 from the Grove City 46-yard line. Play clock under 10 seconds. Johnson takes the snap, gives it to his running back, who was hit at the line and driven back for a short loss. And this will bring up a 3rd down and long.
Ryan Fleming out of the inside linebacker spot. You watch him and Jack Jolly play, working in tandem, an inside linebacker. Wolverines the last few years, blessed with the great tandem of Parker Kilgore and Curtis Fryermuth inside. Fleming moving from outside in, Jolly stepping into the lineup. And those two, they have maintained that standard of excellence at inside linebacker for this Wolverine defense. A standard that goes back a long, long time. A lot of great linebackers over the years for the Wolverines, and those two young men doing a great job inside.
Bolden remains the running back. And a couple of Wolverines that came across.
Had movement on both sides, both left and right and offense, defense. And it's going to go on the Wolverines.
So the 5-yard penalty brings up a 3rd and 6 as we approach 11 minutes and 20 seconds to play in today's 4th quarter.
If you're a pass rusher, you just have to be salivating. 31-0 here. You can take a chance like that. You can get a chance to get a sack, a strip or whatever, put pressure on the quarterback. You're able to, and especially on a 3rd and long, really able to tee off. Even here, still 3rd and 6. Allegheny likely going to the air.
Johnson to throw, swings it out to his running back, Miller. And at the end of the play, we had a flag thrown. So they're going to get Bladel for roughing the passer, and the 15-yard penalty comes with the automatic first down.
Coming off the edge, he hit Johnson, and a bit late. It's going to be Allegheny fans not happy about it, but part of the reason is Allegheny's not blocking him. I mean, that's the bigger issue for Allegheny. He's getting in the backfield almost at will, and he hit him and just a tick late there, but they're not. They're doing very little to impede his progress.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Fake the run to Miller, flip the ball downfield to O'Brien, who made the catch. Ball got stripped on the sidelines.
Jason Minch ripped it out, but it looked like Allegheny was able to recover. It may have been O'Brien or Will Griffin over there to recover. I could not see on the far side, but Minch ripped it out. And it's going to end up being second, or is it second short, or is it a first? It will be a first down. Even the recovery still beyond the first down marker, but that name, Jason Minch again, been all over the place today.
Allegheny Gator.
6th tackle of the afternoon for Minch.
Continue to have an excellent season. So 1st and 10 from the Grove City 17-yard line. Johnson has trips to the right and a single receiver to the left. Claps, takes the snap, stands in the pocket, tries to go downfield, and that pass was pressured and falls incomplete.
And a flag. I think they'll get Gabe Dunlap on the back of the receiver a little bit too soon. Got that inside hand in there, but he was on top of him. Got there a little bit before the ball did, so it'll be half the distance. Or maybe a spot foul. I'm not sure. It'll be stepped off. Either way, first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11 now for Allegheny. So a couple of penalties on this drive for the Wolverines of giving Allegheny first downs.
So they'll have the first down. And, going through the numbers like we always like to do prior to the game, I was looking through, wonder who leads this team in pass breakups. It's got to be somebody from the secondary, right? We'll let you know who it is.
All right.
After the play. So Johnson has twin receivers to each side. Slot man comes in motion. They give it to Miller, running right up the middle. Mill had a second dive for the goal line, and he is in for the Allegheny touchdown.
Miller, he was hit, able to keep his balance, get it into the end zone for the touchdown. The Gators are on the board. They moved the ball well in the second half and able to finish a drive, aided by a couple of Grove City penalties, and the Gators get on the board here with 10:03 to go, but a nice tough run for Miller going between the tackles.
So it brings on Garrett Paxton to attempt the extra point, 15 of 18 on the season. Snap down, rush on, and the extra point is up, and it is good. 10:03 to play in this afternoon's fourth quarter. It is now Grove City 31 and Allegheny 7. We'll step aside for a break, come back on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
10:03 to play in today's fourth quarter, 31-7. Grove City with the lead over Allegheny and set to get the football back.
I want to send out hello to our good friend Randy Gore from the PAC Sports Network. We saw Randy helping out W&J Radio, WJPA, a couple of weeks ago. Randy tuned in this afternoon, now evening. We're past 6 o'clock, but evening. But always good to hear from Randy, one of the great voices in the PAC. We'll be seeing him more often with the PAC Sports Network's great basketball schedule coming up here next month. But thanks for Randy checking in today. And what a great advocate he and the PAC Sports Network are for this outstanding 11-team conference that we have.
It has been fantastic over the last several years to just see the media interest and the exposure that continues to grow.
Absolutely. We have this conference, the 11 member schools are affiliate members as the ball blows off the tee. With Case, Western Reserve, CMU in football, Hiram in men's volleyball starting in 25. So many great stories, such great schools, and just what a great conference. And I think people really realizing it. What a great thing we have going in this President's Athletic Conference, and the PAC Sports Network, a big part of it.
This kick is away and deep and off the returner and into the end zone. And he's going to have to bring this out. And he got to about the 6-yard line before being knocked down, and that ball fumbled into the end zone. You got to return that.
Yeah, you can see, again, the wind got a hold of that kick, and Gabe Dunlap just misjudged it and went off his hands into the end zone. He brings it out and brought down back at the 6. So 9:56 to go. Allegheny thinking, hey, we got a touchdown, get a quick 3 and out here, or even better, a turnover. Important series of downs here for Grove City. Get a first down. Get the ball away from your goal line. Get a first down. Use up some of this clock here and snatch back some of the momentum.
So 1st and 10, Grove City. Ball resting on the 6-yard line. 2 receivers go to the right. We're going to run on 1st down with Nico Flotty. And Flotty able to pick up just a couple, bring us up a 2nd down and 8.
Not a lot of room there. Allegheny, the run blitz there, they're having everybody stacked in tight. Grove City had the extra lineman in, Brock Carroll. You think goal line offense, you think normally going in, but also coming out, you use your goal line offense. And Allegheny stacking the box.
2nd down, 9. Grove City letting that play clock roll down now, down under 10 seconds. Down to 5 seconds. Tamburino in motion. Pfeiffer going to give the ball to Nico Flotty, running off the short side, trying to break through a tackle. And Nico Flotty is going to gain a couple more to bring up 3rd down, and Nico approaching a career high in rushing.
Yeah, depending on how many they will credit him with, his career high was 182. He had that 2 years ago as a freshman on homecoming against Geneva. He moved the ball out to the 12, so that should put him at, if my math's right, 184. So that's a career high for Nico Flotty.
3rd down and 5 from the 12-yard line.
I'll take 5 more yards right now for Nico here.
8:30 to go here in the 4th quarter. Flotty again gets the handoff. And no running room for Nico this time. Might have been able to get a yard out of the play, but it's going to bring up 4th down, and the Wolverines are going to have to punt.
And Daniel Barabay is going to be standing close to his goal line, maybe even in the end zone. And so he'll be punting into the wind.
So Dursey is going to set up in Grove City territory right around the 45-yard line. Barabay's feet on the goal line, ready to kick this football away. Good snap. Barabay gets a nice high kick away and a fair catch at the 48-yard line. And Allegheny will begin this drive in Grove City territory.
But a good job by Barabay. He had a great operation. C.J. Otwell, perfect snap. Good speed on it, right chest high. Good kick, good protection, and kicking into the wind. Again, Allegheny's still good field position, starting on the Grove City side of midfield, but it was a quality enough kick that Dursey had to fair catch it. And instead of him maybe breaking one down to the 30 or 25, Allegheny has it at the 48 of Grove City. But again, considering the elements, the rain, the wind, everything, A+ for the Wolverines there.
Johnson, 2 receivers. Deep side of the formation as he drops back to throw. Steps up in the pocket, rolls to the short side. Now he's going to run. Be able to get a couple of yards on the play, and it'll set up a 2nd down and 8. Alligator's going to go right back to the line. Twins to each side of the formation. Play call coming in on the fly. Play clock at 20 seconds. Johnson drops back to throw. Bladel came free and knocked Johnson down in the backfield for his 3rd sack of the evening. The hat trick for Ben Bladel.
And that one was the easiest. And if you're Allegheny, how do you not account for him? They've had problem blocking him with one guy today. That's how they blocked him with no guys. And Johnson, fortunate to not to hang on to the football. 8 sacks this year now for Bladel. 2 last week, 3 today. can tell he's sniffing another one here on this third and long.
3rd and 18, back at the 45-yard line. Johnson to throw. Bladel coming again. He got this one away. Pass caught. That's going to be an Allegheny first down. In amongst 3 white jerseys, they were able to find the wide open receiver and Declan O'Brien to move the chains.
Nice throw from Johnson. Over top the linebackers, dropped it in there to O'Brien.
Johnson to throw again. Bladel on the ground trying to run after him. They're going to loop this pass downfield and almost caught, almost intercepted. It's incomplete.
Austin Williams had a hand on it. Trevor Beck got a hand in there. And then Jason Minch knocked it away from everybody to break it up. It will be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Allegheny, obviously with clock down to 6:15, picking up the pace offensively and taking a shot for the big receiver. Good job by Beck to hang in there, giving up some inches to the 6'5 Williams, then getting help from his buddy in the secondary, Jason Minch.
Just showing position flexibility, being able to, list as a linebacker, but cover like a safety or a corner.
And Trevor Beck, of course, has played a lot of corner last year.
2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line, and the flag toss from the Grove City sidelines.
It's going to be false start on Allegheny. A couple of guys moved. This will get Jack Turner, the left tackle. The Wolverines moved on the defensive line, but the defense can move. You can move left, right. You can go back. You can even come forward if you don't go into the neutral zone. And left tackle, he moved, and guess what? You can't do that on offense.
So 2nd and 15, back to the 37-yard line. 6:15 to play in the 4th quarter. 31-7 Grove City. Johnson, 2-step drop, going to throw quickly, and the pass is going to be caught and spun out of bounds. Although say they will keep the clock winding.
Finding O'Brien out there for his 7th catch of the day. Gabe Dunlap, good open field tackle, and brought him down inbounds, so they get the penalty yardage back with the clock moving.
So it's 3rd down and 9. And now Allegheny wants to stop the clock with a timeout with 5:52 to play in the 4th quarter.
Want to remind everybody, next week, Wolverines back home. A 2-game homestand to close the home portion of the regular season schedule. 1 o'clock kickoff with St. Vincent. It'll be Mark and Chris Birch on the call. And we'll be on air about 12:25 or so with the Andrew DiDonato Show. So we're looking forward to that. A light schedule this week in terms of home events at Grove City. We'll have women's tennis on Thursday, either 3 o'clock or 3:30 start for that PAC tournament semifinal. But everybody's on the road till we get to Saturday. Then we have also a soccer doubleheader at home next Saturday. Grove City hosting St. Vincent, women at noon, men at 4:30 at Don Lyle Field. And so it's kind of, I guess it would be St. Vincent Day, come to think of it. Soccer and volleyball, or soccer and football all being there. Grove City Volleyball goes to St. Vincent on Wednesday. But hard to believe, Mark, we're halfway through October. Week 7 of the football season. Wolverines then next week home to St. Vincent. Bethany on the 28th, open date, and then at Teal. And then hopefully more football after that.
Yes, absolutely. To be determined.
To be determined. Long way to go. But certainly it's certainly a possibility. Again, still work to do here this afternoon. Work over the next 3 games and 4 weeks. But if you're a Wolverine fan, at least you got to be excited about the prospect of playing beyond Week 11.
And it's to say you've not gotten used to it, but it's been so nice to be able to play that one extra game the last few years. We'll wait and see what the future holds this year.
Certainly, and again, that's. Down the road a ways, but Wolverines here, we're 5:52 away from closing out a nice road win, but want to get off the field here on 3rd down.
3rd down and 9. Twins to each side of the formation. Johnson single back behind him. Sends a slot in motion. Johnson back to throw, firing over the middle. Pass is going to be caught. That is a 1st down for Allegheny inside the 10-yard line. Make it 1st and goal for the Alligators. And we got a player down for Allegheny on the turf.
It's Austin Williams who made the catch. Jack Johnson has thrown some darts today. And a good job that time. Allegheny brought Dursey in motion, fake a jet sweep. And what that did is that froze Bladel on the near side. He's been getting such a great upfield rush. He had to honor that and that gave Johnson the time he needed, and he threw a right on the bullseye to the 6'5" Austin Williams. It's 1st and goal.
Trips to the right, single receiver left side. Johnson takes the snap, 2-step drop, looking, firing, and that pass deflected and incomplete. It's 2nd and goal for the Alligators.
With Williams out, Nick Berkey checked in, and obviously not on the same page as his quarterback. He hooked in, and the pass went outside, and only the closest man to it. There were a couple Wolverine defenders a few yards away, but fell incomplete.
So 2nd and 10, a 2nd and goal, 5:17 to play here in the fourth quarter, 31-7 Grove City.
Allegheny certainly won the time of possession battle here in the second half. Grove City, the number 1 team in the league in time of possession, averaging over 34 minutes a game, but Allegheny's been able to control the ball here in the second half.
Johnson takes the snap, deep drop, tries to flip it out to his running back, and that'll fall incomplete. And it's going to bring up now a 3rd and goal for the Alligators.
And we mentioned Allegheny, some good drives, but missed field goal, turnover on downs on 2 of those possessions. And in fact, you get those long drives that use 5-6 minutes, but no points. That's to Grove City's benefit. Allegheny doing a good job of burning the clock.
So 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. Single receiver, that's Declan O'Brien to the left side. Slot man goes in motion, now sets up on the left. Johnson to throw, looking that way, throwing that way. Receiver made the catch and got knocked out of bounds before he got to the goal line. Going to bring up a 4th down and goal for the Alligators.
Knocked out of bounds by Gabe Dunlap on the far side. It will be 4th and goal at the 1. And Allegheny, of course, is going to go for it here. Good job to keep O'Brien out of the end zone. And because he went out of bounds outside the 5-minute mark, the clock starts again.
Johnson with split backs in the backfield. Sends O'Brien in motion. They run it with Miller. Miller looking for the goal line. There's a pile up, and looks like the Wolverine defense has held on downs and will get the football back.
No surge. The Wolverines established a new line of scrimmage. Bonanno in there, Bryce Spolnick, and Miller held out of the end zone. Maybe not quite as dramatic as the goal line stand against Carnegie Mellon, but very reminiscent of that. And with Allegheny, we went with the jet motion with O'Brien, thinking, they're going to get it to 15, get to 15. Tried to freeze the defense, keep that second level, those linebackers from being able to help with the surge. But it all started that front for Grove City, winning the line of scrimmage, and Grove City takes over about 6 inches in front of the goal line.
It will shuffle the offensive line. Was Pfeiffer going to go under center? It will give it to the tailback, and with the extra push of that big offensive line, able to get a few yards out near the 3-yard line.
Clayton Parrish on the run, slamming over the right side. And again, we see this package when the Wolverines have 1st and goal, say inside the 5, with the extra lineman in Brock Carroll and Anthony Brunette, the second fullback in there. But getting those tough yards like this just as important here to be able to get away from the goal line and just make progress. If nothing else, give your punter the full 15 yards with which to kick.
2nd and 8 from the 3-yard line. Parrish, the running back. Pfeiffer now drops into a pistol formation with receivers to each side. Play clock down to 2 as they give the ball to Clayton Parrish, and Parrish able to push across the 5 near the 6-yard line. And this is going to bring up 3rd down for Grove City.
So even you check off that first objective. Okay, now if you have to punt, you have the full 15 yards. You're out to the 6-yard line. So 6 plus 10 in the end zone, that's 16. You have 15 snap the punter. So at least you've achieved that. You get the first down here, put yourself in real good shape.
So it is 3rd and 5 from the 6-yard line as we approach 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Pfeiffer takes the snap. He'll throw from his own end zone, firing downfield. Frazier made the catch as he came back to the football and then got spun down after the completion.
Vital Joseph there in the coverage. He's saying he pushed off. Maybe Scott got the hand up inside the chest, gave him a little nudge to get that separation. Savvy move. That's what he did.
Experience,
yeah. It's sometimes like when an offensive lineman will say, he's holding me. They keep those hands inside. They can get away with it. You hear the term inside hand control. That time, Frazier maybe got a little bit of a nudge, but they can't call what they don't see.
So it is a first down. Grove City maintains possession as we go under 2.5 minutes to play. Clayton Parrish gets the carry, and Clayton Parrish able to work his way forward for a couple of yards. And now Grove City going to substitute some of the second-team players in as Aiden Gutierrez coming in at quarterback. See Andrew Coffey, the junior out of West Branch High School.
Evan Wright in there. We have Joe DeLuca, the senior running back from Mars in. Bobby Benton in at left guard. Nathan Trainer is the left tackle. Looks like Tommy Cease out of Hubbard is the new center.
Snap it to Gutierrez. He will give it to his running back. And that's just going to be a big rugby scrum in the middle for a short gain.
Luke Jolly in at tackle as well. We see Anthony Scardina, the senior out of Butler also. Gavin Mauger in. Now Noah Vesey of Champion, Ohio. We're getting your Trumbull County boys in there, Mark.
All the Ohio guys getting a chance to play.
Some guys that you called on Friday nights. We see Wyatt Barzak checking in. He's a Crawford County boy just over at Cochranton High School. So the line, it's Trainer at left tackle, Benton left guard, Cease at center, Scardina at right guard, and the right tackle is Luke Jolly.
So that's Gutierrez who keeps the football, breaks a tackle, and then able to run some time off the clock before being pushed out of bounds.
Gutierrez with a very entertaining run there. With the Aiden, of course, he came out of the bullpen last year in the ECAC Bowl game, piloted Grove City to the win over FDU Florham. Everything you'd want in your backup quarterback.
Yeah, Grove City will still have to run one more play with the couple second difference between the game clock and play clock.
Chance for the guys under the lights here. The lights have taken full effect here in Meadville.
Gutierrez just going to keep the football and run with it. Broke through a nice gap, and Gutierrez has the first down out to the 32-yard line. And that is going to do it for us here this evening in Meadville. Your final score, Grove City 31 and Allegheny 7. We'll come back with the postgame show next on the Wolverine Sports Network and Western Reserve Radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Ina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825 or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Clark Cup champion!
Wrapping things up here from Allegheny College in Meadville as the Grove City Wolverines put another win in the column and move to 7-0 on the season.
Yes, 7-0. You look at it, the offense, again, and we heard Coach DiDonato in the pregame. Want to establish the run. Grove City today, 280 rushing yards on 41 carries. So that's establishing a run. That's 6.8 yards a carry. And Allegheny, we talk about Johnson and with O'Brien, certainly a very good passing game, but they wanted to get the don't let Allegheny get its run game going. Allegheny today, 16 rushing yards on 25 carries. So that was the main objective: run the ball, stop the run. The Wolverines did that, and then getting the lead up 24-0 at the half. A couple of defensive stops. Allegheny made some progress. You get a turnover on downs, a missed field goal, and a goal line stand. And then making Allegheny play from behind, turn that pass rush loose. Ben Bladel with 3 sacks today. Joseph Semelka, Ryan Fleming combining on a sack. Bryce Spolnick was in the backfield a lot today. You add all of it up, and Wolverines, this was a really strong effort in all 3 facets today with the rushing attack, the passing game building off of that, the way the Wolverines played defensively, and then special teams, very solid. Making all the kicks, making a field goal. Good job in the punt protection. I mean, the one blip was the mishandled kickoff, but on a day like this with the wind and the rain and so forth, that's going to happen, and it really did not cost the Wolverines. So all in all, a very, very rock-solid, I would call this a very professional, mature victory today. Allegheny's been playing good football as of late. They battled W&J last week, 35-28. 2 weeks ago against Carnegie Mellon, and we saw both of those teams. We know how good they are. 19-3 CMU came up here and had to really earn it. It's an Allegheny squad that has been in every game this year. This is the first time really that the Gators kind of took one on the chin. But Wolverines, a strong football team that came out and played well. No turnovers, some penalties, but that you're going to have that in the course of the game. You're trying to time the snap and so forth. But all in all, a really, really good road performance. I'll admit, Mark, I was very nervous about this one, knowing because of how well Allegheny was playing. It's on the road. It's a 4:00 start, which is an unusual start time. You think about things that are out of the ordinary tend to favor an underdog. And I think people come in. Allegheny would be the underdog. You look at 6-0 team against a 2-4 team. Okay, odd start time. Allegheny at home, that certainly favors them. Bad weather. I think that is one of those, could be a factor. Although it's maybe not as much of a factor in the days where with artificial turf as it would have been, in a mud pit years ago. But all those things, and the Wolverines came out, played really clean football today, and are going home 7-0, and a couple of home games upcoming.
I said the same exact thing during the week this week. There was just something about this game and making the trip up here that made me nervous. I said something to Dave in the car ride up here. I said, I don't know. Some nights you feel better than others. This was just one where you kind of thought about, you got to do a lot of things right. Coach always says it's difficult to win a college football game.
Yes.
It's even harder to win a college football game on the road.
Certainly is in conference play. The teams, and even though it's only Allegheny's second year in the league, second year back in the league, and they have and a new coaching staff this year. So they are less of a known quantity than, say, Geneva was last week, or what Westminster was in week 1, or what St. Vincent will be next week. But still, it's tough to win on the road. And you knew Allegheny coming in thinking, hey, this is their shot, because they were close with CMU, close with W&J. Grove City coming in off of, they're thinking, hey, Grove City's due. We can get them. And the Wolverines doing a great job. Again, it all goes back to the coin flip. Allegheny deferring, giving Grove City the ball to start. Wolverines go down and score. Get up 7-0. I think that really, the game was not decided there. But I think the course of the game was certainly set there by that opening drive by the Wolverines of saying, hey, we're ready to go. We're coming out firing. Nico Flatty in the first quarter. In the third quarter was Ian DeMary and Clayton Parrish in the second period. The defense rope-a-doping a little bit in the second half. Again, Allegheny is a good football team. Jack Johnson is a good quarterback. Declan O'Brien finishes with 8 catches today, but 89 yards. We talked before the game.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get catches. He's going to get yards. Hold him, I think, 90 to 110, somewhere around there. 89. That's a great job by the defense, because he's certainly, if he's not the best receiver in the PAC, the list of guys ahead of him is pretty short. I mean, he is a really, really good receiver. Johnson today, standing in there. He was under duress a lot. He took some shots, made some really good throws. Allegheny is going to is a team that over these next few weeks of the season, I know they still yet have their open date, but they're going to be, their open date's week 11, but they're still going to be, they're going to be a handful for everybody left on their schedule. And there's some things in place, certainly, with what Coach Layer here. They have a great tradition at Allegheny. They think they have their man and some ingredients in place. Now O'Brien's a senior, Johnson's a senior, the running backs are seniors. You have a couple seniors up front as well. But to come up here and to defeat Allegheny the way the Wolverines did today, a really, really impressive performance.
Well, now we celebrate this one and then turn our attention back home for St. Vincent next week at 1:00.
Yeah, 1:00, and it's going to be another test for the Wolverines. St. Vincent, a team that they're due for a breakout. You look at them and think, boy, they've had a couple nice wins this year. The last few weeks, a couple of duds, and so you're thinking, well, St. Vincent, they're thinking, hey, we've got our shot now at the leader. Where the way Grove City things are, Grove City's in first place in the league. It's everybody's Super Bowl now. So St. Vincent's going to be fired up, ready to go, coming into town. It's fall break at the college next week. So, the crowds we had for Westminster, for CMU, for W&J, you may not have that as much electricity, enthusiasm at Foreign Field, just based on, Westminster, it's a season opener. It's your rival from 14 miles away, and you've been playing them since 1892. CMU, the night game for first place. W&J, homecoming for first place. Next week, you have a St. Vincent team coming in again that is due to put it all together, and so it's going to be another test for the Wolverines to ramp it up and take on Coach Smetanka's squad. And they're always a tough out. They're always a team that you're going to get a battle from them. They're doing some different things defensively with the new coordinator John Bell. Held Waynesburg to 17 points today, I believe it was. We saw that Waynesburg offense. That's a good unit. Held Case Western to 19 points last week. Case has a good offense. So Bearcats will bring a good defense, and their offense has shown flashes. If they get it going, look out. But Wolverines will go home, get warmed up and dried out, enjoy this one, and get ready for the Bearcats next week. So, Mark, it's the last time in the regular season you and I are going to be paired up. Home games the next 2 weeks, and then week 11 at Teal. And we have home basketball at the college that day, so I will be in the Grove City College Arena. So you'll be in Greenville. You and Mr. Ferris will be there, and somebody will get
to be determined.
Yeah, to be determined. Yeah, it's like it's like these starting pitchers in the baseball playoffs. All it's TBDs now. Maybe we'll have to get a bulk guy or something to get an opener to bulk guy. But Mark, we've been doing this together for a long time, not just with Grove City, but high school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's always, and I say this, but it's always a pleasure working with you because of your professionalism, your preparation, your commitment, all those things, and the fact that we've become very good friends over the years. So that makes it, again, there were some ups, there were some downs in there, and now this 2023 season so far through 7 weeks, they've all been on the W side. It's been a lot of fun enjoying this ride so far. We'll work together next week. Maybe talk on the air at halftime or something. But this was a lot of fun, and look forward to the next time that we're paired up on the microphones, whether it's this year, in the fall, or the winter. We did baseball last spring. Who knows? But it's always fun to work with you. And also thanks to Dave Ferris, the great folks at Western Reserve, great partner, great friend of ours, and really just a great service for the Penn, Ohio region. And glad we're able to tag team on this one today.
And a big thank you to the folks here at Allegheny who gave us a great spot as always.
Absolutely. Sean King, who's I'm not sure what his exact title is, but he does a lot of things here. What is it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a made-up title. That's what, we can tease him about that. But I've known Sean a long time from his days at St. Vincent, W&J. Now he's here at Allegheny, but thanks to him. And then the sports info crew, Travis Larner and Jem Smith, they do an outstanding job. I know I've talked about Allegheny being in the PAC, what a great fit they are in so many ways, how they've really boosted the profile and stuff. And from the standpoint of what we do, Travis and Jem are top-notch. We're treated exceptionally well here. I was here in basketball last year. It's a great operation. And they are a real credit to the Allegheny College, and our profession. So I thank them. And the food was really good.
Yes, it was.
That's the bonus.
Definitely was.
That's the bonus. But thanks to them for that, and appreciate the great setup here. Lots of room, a great view. Now we've been here back-to-back years, and we won twice. The Gators come to Grove City next year, but. If there's a case where if there was one team we had to play on the road every year, it might be here based on this setup that we have here. The view, the setup, everything, how we're treated. It's they do a really good job here.
Absolutely. We appreciate that. We turn our attention to 2 home games the next 2 weeks as we wrap things up here from Meadville's Allegheny College. And a final score this evening, Grove City gets the win on the road by a final score of 31-7. We again thank our partners from Western Reserve Radio, Dave Ferris, who's been a close friend for a very long time, Jim Craven, for my partner Ryan Briggs, and for those of you listening on Western Reserve Radio, we now join Youngstown Phantoms hockey already in progress, taking on the Lincoln Stars. Hi, it's Mark Means, host of By All Means, Tuesdays at 5, right here on Western Reserve Radio, WRDB, The Scourge.
People been saying to your friend, give a different face, and posting on their page, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to
You're
you by
listening to Western Reserve Radio, WRDB, The Scourge, a part of the Sports Map Radio Network.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first. Name, towel to the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rubber goes down the hole, pull tight, and left with bunny ears. Got it?